We're going to get started here in just a minute. Thank you for joining us tonight, everyone. Friday night, Ham Radio Happy Hour on the channel. Happy Father's Day. And you know what? I realized that I have a pickle beer in the fridge inside. So I'm going to have to go get a pickle beer after I invite everybody on. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you guys had fun on Kyle's trivia. We need to give Kyle some English lessons and teach him how to read and write a little bit better. I've nominated Frank to call Kyle on Zoom this week and provide some English speaking and writing lessons so that the questions and answers. But, hey, this is good. Labatt sent me. ADHD Life says that. So thanks for being here, guys. Happy Father's Day to all. And, yeah, it is nasty, so that's why I'm going to do it. Yeah, that's going to be a super chat beer, Noel. So right now I am drinking white chocolate mocha stout from 903. So, Noel, would you prefer that? I know you wouldn't. And I don't think you'd drink that. Just so you know. Just so you know. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining us tonight. I think I said that already. And I'm going to bring everybody in here. Yeah. Let's unmute. And I'm going to remove the pen from myself. And then I got to resize this window here. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Everything.
There's that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's perfectly timed with Sean M Radio Dude right smack dab in the middle with that channel offline thing.
He's doing a little fast scan television. All right.
Yeah. We used to see
fast scan.
We used to see that on local TV stations after like 11 o'clock at night when I was a kid. You turn on the TV.
After it played the American anthem. Shut that sucker
that's
down.
right. You're right. That's U.S. anthem. That's correct.
I wish they would have just played Bill Shatner singing Rocket Man.
Yeah, me too. That should be the national anthem, to be honest.
How to speak English.
English. How to speak English.
Speak is spelled S-P-R-E-K.
And there's two Jasons on the stream tonight.
I saw that.
To Zoom.
That's what you.
Where is that?
Oh, according to
Kyle's
the tag, the Zoom tags.
Oh, Kyle's me. Okay.
Oh yeah. So hang on. I will change this. Hang on.
Yeah. So he's using my Zoom, and he's welcome to do it. Is that Sean making all that noise?
What is going on there?
I don't know. What is happening?
I don't know. Yeah, somebody's falling down the stairs. So is that you falling down the stairs, Sean?
Apparently, we're coming to you live from a haunted house.
It's WWE at Sean's house.
I don't know what's going on.
Zoom is coming from inside the house.
Oh my
That's
God.
right. The Zoom is coming from inside the house. Oh my goodness. All right, so none of the special guests that I invited joined us tonight, so I'm just have to contend with everybody who's here. But I do appreciate you guys.
Sorry.
I do
Sorry.
appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys.
Who was
being
supposed to be here?
So.
Yeah, let's shame them. Let's shame them.
Yeah, let's shame them. Yeah,
Let's do
internet
just that.
shaming.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. So I always invite John Crook, and he shows up about 50% of the time, so he's good. The guys from Gigaparts didn't make it.
Yep.
Who else? Yeah, so Hank Strange has a new podcast apparently that I saw on LinkedIn today called Van No Sewer. Instead of connoisseur, it's Vanosaur. And it's called...
Play on words.
Correct, yeah. It's kind of like Stranger Palooza. And
is that what it is, Mike?
Yeah.
Is that a play on words?
It's a play on words. But I haven't listened to the podcast yet. I just learned about it earlier today. And I think that he talks about, like, van builds. He had a... like an overlanding looking van on the thumbnail today. So I got to go check that out. And I texted him. I'm like, Kyle's got the Charlie B dance going on there. I texted him and I'm like, dude, first of all, happy hours tonight and you're invited. But second of all, I've been looking at buying and doing a van build of my own. So we need to get together and do some stuff. So I'm hoping that he responds to me at some point in time. He's really busy, I think. But yeah, so he wasn't there.
You okay there, Mike? You gonna recover?
I'm killing Mike in the background right now.
That looks like Captain Jack. Is that not Pirates of the Caribbean? Okay.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
That is not Captain Jack Sparrow.
And no, that doesn't look
is
like Johnny
Michael
Depp.
Bolton. No, that is
Oh.
Michael Bolton playing Captain Jack Sparrow
Oh
in
my
one of the
God.
funniest YouTube videos ever.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
played this for Mike driving a hamcation, and he lost his mind.
I can see
It is the
that.
funniest freaking thing.
I can see that.
The
It's
popper
so
of the
bad.
surf, Mike. The popper of the
The
surf.
jester of Tortuga.
Uh,
See you smoking a pigeon?
No, he's kissing it. It's a seagull.
It's a
Just
seagull,
YouTube. How do you find
Looks
it on
like it.
YouTube? It's like just type in the
Jack
tale of
Sparrow
Captain
featuring
Jack Sparrow.
featuring Michael Bolton.
oh gosh. Okay.
No, now I got
All
to
right.
search on it.
Yeah, no, don't leave the live stream. Sorry, Jason.
No. It's okay. It's all right.
It's the shenanigans you're looking
Oh
for,
my
right?
God.
Yeah.
It's just-
Oh my god.
So, Vince, I know you can't stay long. So, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks, man. I'm here for my twice a year appearance. The last one being, like New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I have been embracing the world of QRP because I'm hanging out with people who are terrible enablers. Thomas, I'm talking about you. And we got
he is a bad influence.
he is a bad influence. We're talking about Weaver arborist throw weight and throw line today back and forth. So there accept no substitute. So I suspect that there'll be an Amazon purchase in my near future.
I just used mine the other day.
Well, and so we don't have like real tall trees out here in Western Canada. There's very few of them. So I tend to set up my portable antennas either horizontally, if a string of wire up into a tree as tall as I can reach a branch, or that I feel like I want to hook my Leatherman up, or set up a vertical, right? So anyway, I've been out doing a whole bunch of QRP stuff, and it's bicycling weather finally. So I've been taking a page from Jim's book N4JAW and throwing a bunch of QRP gear on my bike and finding a park and setting up and playing. That's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
I got a whole pile of antennas that I want to take out to field day and play with, and get an article up on QRPer.com in coming weeks to see which one was most effective in that setting. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, that's what's going on with MySpace.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you joined us tonight.
Thanks.
Testing out new antennas is fun. I've got like 3 of them I got to do. So
yeah.
But I'm looking for some QRO stuff because I want to see if I can melt anything again. But that's just kind of how I am. So QRP is fun, but it's not that fun. I don't really enjoy it that much myself. But
yeah, I enjoy the challenge of it more than
yes,
yeah, like that's cool. You need to get your gear in really good efficient order to be able to be heard to make the contact. And I'm going to do field day as a QRP entry, which I've never tried before. So yeah, I'm going hard mode.
You're trying to punish yourself.
Yeah, well,
right.
So Vince, have you dipped into the world of Tom Bin bags yet?
Thomas has been trying to enable me, and a few others too. So no, I have not dipped into Tom Bins.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah,
I made the mistake of joining their email list.
Yeah,
there's an email list.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. They make.
You still my beating heart.
Every time they come out with, they say, "Oh, these are back in stock," or "We've got this in a different color," or something like that. And then I'm like, and then I go look at the price tag, and I haven't bought one yet. They're very good quality. I'm not complaining about the price.
The little cheapy, cubelets that you store stuff with, they're inexpensive, and I put a lot of my QRP stuff in them, and I've got the handy little thing. The handy little thing is probably the entry drug for Tom Bin. Go get a handy little thing.
A handy little thing.
It's called the handy little HLT, handy little thing. And they've got them in, and every time I go look those up, they're in. How shall I say this? They're in colors that might go in a pride flag.
Oh yeah, but that's what you want because you'll never lose it in the field.
They're just
you drop it, you'll
looking.
never lose it. You'll never lose it.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. They're just in dumb looking colors. I'd like a more gray man color than that. So,
well,
but that's just me.
It was great to come down to Hamvention and meet y'all too.
Yes,
that was tremendous. I've never been. My first time there. I'm glad I had really good shoes. And
yeah, you need that.
You need
that.
I brought a little cash. My declaration at the border was very modest, and so I'm very proud of myself that I didn't overspend. But tactically, I brought the wrong bag to pack my gear in, and I brought a backpack that was too small. So I landed up using one of my pieces of carry-on because I flew to Ontario and drove down to Dayton. A piece of my carry-on. So no, I generally don't roll Tom Bin style. I roll Walmart style. And I found myself in a Walmart store the very next morning after I landed, looking at lunch bags and anything else to fit, my Elecraft and my HB1B and all the rest of my gear into. So I now have an assortment of lunch bags.
There you go.
And they hold my radios.
It
works for now.
Using lunch bags for years.
Oh yeah. You don't have to spend a lot on bags, but if you do, 2 or 3 years down the road after you spend that money, you'll notice where that money went.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most of the time.
That's right.
Most of the time. So I've replaced a lot of bags that I got for cheap on Amazon or just somewhere. And I'm like, well, that one's worn out. Let's go with something else. Now, a couple, 3 years, it's not bad, I guess. It's not like you have to buy one every other weekend. But, yeah, there's something to be said about quality. So that's good.
For sure. Indeed.
Cool. Well, thanks, Vince. I'm glad you stick around. Feel free to stay as long as you want to. And I know you got to go, but going to a club meeting or something. But
I'm presenting to the Mount Diablo ARC this evening.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Well, thanks for being here. Hang out as long as you want to.
Yeah. Thank you.
Molson said he had to drop because his internet's acting up. So I don't know what y'all's internet situation is in Canada, Vince, but you might check on that for him.
I'll send him some maple syrup and a cable modem.
That'll do it.
He was having problems on their Ham Radio Clubhouse on Tuesday.
He has problems about every 2 or 3 weeks. He has problems up there or something. The wind is blowing in the wrong direction or something. I don't know. Terrible. So speaking of internet purchases.
What's that?
We bought a knife.
Oh.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
That's
That's the Dave Canterbury.
A butter knife?
Oh, wow.
That's one of the Dave Canterbury knives. And look.
Do you carry a fixed blade often?
No, I bought this for deer carving.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got the belly for it. Not you, but the knife.
Yeah, correct. Yes, watch this. Watch. Well, if I can hold the paper correctly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's got a warning on it when you take it out of the box. It's like very sharp. And I should have bought and there was an add-on to buy a sheath for it, and I did not buy the sheath, and I'm kicking myself for not buying the sheath.
You could probably get a Kydex. Oh, no, because it's all tapered down the hand to hold down the handle, right?
Yeah,
so it might not Kydex that well.
No, I'll probably just get. I've been looking at that Bowie knife that he's got. He had that short video on Instagram about his Bowie knife where he's sitting there and he's tapping the top of a Bowie knife with a log and cutting into another log. Kind of cutting out a section of the log. And I'm like, that's a cool knife. I want to go grab that. And I go over there and it's $250. I'm I should wait.
Good stuff.
It's good stuff. It's good. I'm not complaining about the price. It's good stuff. But $250 for a knife,
Is it? So Jay Baker has a good question. Is it high carbon? It's high carbon, right?
I believe that it's high carbon. Yes.
I can't imagine that Canterbury would put out something stainless because high carbon you could use it to strike the ridge on a ferrocerium rod.
Correct. Yes. In fact, he does that in one of his videos.
Yeah.
So he I believe it's high carbon. I don't remember right now. But if you go to selfrelianceoutfitters.com, you'll see it there. This is called. I'll tell you what it's called. He's got a bunch of them there. In fact, he's got a whole knife section there. In fact, it looks like Pathfinder Knife Shop. That's what he calls it.
Yeah, good stuff. Tastes great.
So it's the first one I've ever bought. I've been wanting to buy one for a while, and I'm like, you know what? And he had a sale on it or something like that. I'm like, that would be an excellent deer carving or hog carving knife for this coming deer season. I'm like, I'm just gonna, because that Bowie knife, I clicked on it and I hesitated. I was like, maybe I'll wait.
As a Texan, shouldn't you have a Bowie knife that you just carry?
I didn't say that I didn't have one, but I don't have his.
That's true.
But like a week and a half later, it was sold out. So I'm like, well, shame on me. I thought it was too expensive, and he sold out of them anyway. So I got this instead. But
that's how when you go to the Alamo, because all the tourists go to the Alamo. That's how you know a real Texan is they're wearing the Bowie knife.
They're wearing the Bowie.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought you sang that song like in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah. Bowie, Texas is right next to the hunting lease, and they have like a 30-40 foot statue of a Bowie knife there, right? In which you could pull in
There's
town.
a 40-foot statue of a knife.
Well, it's not.
I love that. That's awesome.
It's laying on the ground. It's not pointed upwards like that. It's like you could go up there and stand next to it, you know. But it's freaking huge. Yeah, it's a Bowie knife. So
I mean, there's a giant tire in Detroit.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the knife on this one, bud.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that bring a tire to a knife fight.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. This one could roll over you. You ever seen the movie Rubber?
Slick. But,
yes, I have.
The movie's awesome.
Sean, Ham Radio Dude, what's up, man? It's been a while since you've joined us. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I've been at Goodwill for the last year, so I finally found my way out of there and found some good deals too. Got a 99-cent Baofeng, you know. That's what I was looking for the last year. Nah, man. Hey, thanks for having me on. It's good to be back here.
You bet. Yeah, always good to have you guys over here. So, now tell me about, because I was doing my lunchtime live stream on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we were just going through my Amazon store, talking about Father's Day stuff, and I brought up some USB and always talking about batteries and solar chargers and battery boxes and blah blah blah. And someone mentioned the what is it called? AIOC? Yeah, that thing. What's it called?
It's called the AIOC, or All-in-One Cable, and it's a project on GitHub from Simon Kuppers. But basically, essentially what it will do is it'll allow you to do things like obviously program your Baofeng or other inexpensive Kenwood-style programming cable. It'll allow you to do things like Mike's favorite thing, Beacon APRS. And there's now CEM 108 support, which I guess some of the guys are getting some Dire Wolf to work with it, as well as some other things. So it's kind of a cool little multi-use tool, and it's pretty cheap. I think they're like $9 at the cost.
And that just takes a standard USB?
USB-C. Yeah, USB-C.
It looks like USB-C.
Boom.
Nice.
So that's a pretty fun project.
They were commenting on how it's called the all-in-one cable, and it's not a cable at all. It's like an adapter, but
yeah.
But yeah,
it's a dongle.
It's a dongle. Yeah. That's basically what it is. So
as somebody had mentioned too, maybe instead of soldering on the two TRS jacks here, maybe you actually have wires and you have different size TRS jacks, so you could hook it up to like a Yaesu, you know, like the FT4D or the FT60. That would be kind of cool. So that might be something I try here in the future as well. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've been working on that and a couple other little things around here.
Good.
And Goodwill.
So I had emailed. So you guys saw. I was trying to find it earlier, but I couldn't find it. So a while back, I did a video about a switching power supply for a Raspberry Pi that's made my friend Jason, who owns RPC Electronics. It's rpc-electronics.com. And he has this little switching power supply that fits on top of a Raspberry Pi 3, and it has power poles on it. So you can basically plug your Raspberry Pi into a Bioenno or a Rig Runner or something. It's got a down converter from 12 to 5 volts and run your Raspberry Pi. And I thought that would be great for my All-Star node. So I emailed the guy at Handmade Parts, isn't it? Handmade Parts, who makes a Sherry node, Kyle? Isn't that it?
No, it's Kits for Hams.
Kits for Hams, that's it. Kits for Hams, yeah. So I emailed him a couple weeks ago, and I've been trading emails with him. He calls me today, and he's like, okay, tell me what you're trying to do, and I explained this to him. So I think he's going to try to build me a custom with his with what he calls his Mod 2 board, which is a Pi hat for a Pi 3, and a Mod 2 board, and it's just one of the Sherry kits he's got. And he's going to build like a 12-volt power supply, switching power supply into it, and because I told him how I was wanting to run it. He's like, I think I can modify this and this and this and do this. But hats off to that guy. I wasn't going to ask him to build me a custom kit, but he seemed really willing. In fact, he seemed kind of excited about it. He's like, that's a great idea. So he seemed really, really responsive to his customer base. So
is that N8AR?
I don't know what his call sign is. But if you go to kitsforhams.com, that's where they sell the Sherry Pie.
Yeah, that's got to be him. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's very good with his.
He is. He was talking to me about, I think I could take this connector off and do this on this, and I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know how to dissect a Raspberry Pi board, but I guess you do. So it was it was obvious he knew all the ins and outs of all the intricacies of the Pi 3 and the Pi 4 boards, but that was kind of cool. And he's like, well, how do we get and this was funny. He's like, okay, so if we do this, it's going to sit up a little bit higher. It's going to be a little bit different configuration. How do we get a case for it? And I'm like, oh, I can ask my buddy Kyle to design and print me a new 3D case. That's not a problem, Mr. Kits for Hands. We got that covered. So I volunteered Kyle to create a brand new.
Jason, whenever you put that thing in your car, I'm always worried about whenever you turn the ignition off. Are you going to run your Raspberry Pi all the time on your big, huge battery? Because if you turn your ignition off, that's what kills the SD card.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Let me stop you right now. I'm being absolutely serious. I'm not bagging on Toyotas right now. Okay. But Fords don't do that. Fords do not die. When you turn the ignition off, the cigarette lighter does not die like it does on a Toyota.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think Chevys do that too. I think Chevy or Dodge, one of them does it. Fords are on all the time.
Consult your fuse box because there's many circuits that are open direct to battery.
Yes, correct.
Or you can just wire it directly to the battery, right?
And let me just give another shout out to Ford. There's actually usually pass-through wires that are on the right side that you can use that are pass-through straight to the 12-volt DC that will have constant power.
Yeah,
you should utilize those pass-throughs wherever possible. Other companies have them too, but I've now very much respecting the pass-throughs that are on the Fords.
Ford calls those things the upfitters. They're mounted with switches and such. Well, a real simple way to get around this is to use a USB battery bank to power the Pi. And run a 12-volt charge into the USB battery bank, and who cares what your car does or your truck does when you shut it off?
Right. So my problem was not shutting it off. My problem is when I went to start the truck, sometimes the voltage to the cigarette lighter adapter would drop, and that would reboot the Pi. That was the problem I'm having. However, since I haven't had that problem in a long time. Since then, yes, I have built a complete, and it's not done yet. It's kind of a work in progress. I have built a complete secondary battery system in my truck. I have a 200 amp hour Renogy. I'm about to upgrade it to a larger battery, running on a that's plugged into my rig runner behind the seat. That's running all my radios. It's running my 12-volt fridge, and it runs all the time. And I have what used to be called an isolator. They don't call them those anymore. I have a device by a company called RedArc, which has an MPPT solar charge controller built to it. But this thing wires up to your secondary battery and also wires to your alternator. So your alternator will charge your secondary battery when your engine's running, along with the first battery, obviously. So when you're driving, all your stuff is being charged. And then when you're sitting and camped for a few days, you can plug a solar panel into the MPPT charge controller. So it has all that. I don't have that wired up yet. So I just plug in my 300 amp hour gigaparts panel to a solar charge controller I have connected to the battery, and it does a fantastic job of charging it. But that battery will last me. Well, right now it's starting to run down a little bit quicker because I've got the 12-volt fridge in the back of the truck, and it's been 95 to 100 degrees in Texas for the last couple weeks, which runs it down faster because it's hotter outside.
Fridges are a huge draw on battery and on power systems.
12-volt fridges are not that bad. It's just simply running more often because it's hotter outside right now.
Yeah.
This one will pull between 6 and 7 amps when it's cooling down, but when it's on maintained, it only pulls like 2.5 amps.
That's about the same as mine in my RV.
Okay. Yeah, probably so. I've got a Motorola VLM 750 modem with a SIM card in it that also runs on 12 volts. I put power pools on that. So that's my internet for the truck. And then I want to put the Sherry All-Star node in the truck to connect to the internet that's in the truck and have that running all the time. My concern right now is heat when the truck is just sitting there. So I don't know if I'm going to burn up something because it just gets so hot out there during the summer in Texas. And if I was living in Arizona, it'd be even worse. But so I gotta do some testing for heat and stuff right now. So maybe I'll put some sort of switch on it where it doesn't run all the time, and I'll just use it while it's while I'm driving. Mostly I want it for road trips. But that's the goal I'm after.
You know what you need is you need like a script, or maybe we can do something in Node-RED. You run Node-RED on that thing, and whenever the car voltage goes above, 12.5 or something, it turns on the Pi. We would need an external switch to do that, right? But then whenever the car voltage drops, and it doesn't see a higher voltage come into your battery, then it automatically does a graceful shutdown.
Well, I mean, that would work if I had it plugged in the car battery. But like I said, it's not gonna.
Well, you can monitor like different, like you can hook it up to, you can get like a power or a multimeter, right? And monitor like a cigarette adapter and say, hey, whenever the car is on, it's going to put up a higher voltage than when the car is off, right?
So
right. Okay.
The way that Vince described it with the USB battery hooked in line, if you could slice into the USB battery for the voltage and detect when the voltage is or when it's starting to charge, then you'll know that the vehicle's on and when it's off. And so if you could slice into that to the Pi, then all you have to do is write a quick script that says, hey, shut it down after so much time if it's not charging the USB.
Does it have to be with the Pi, or can we use something else, or just quick relays?
Yeah, the Sherrys. Well, the Sherrys are Pi based.
The Sherrys are Pi,
right?
Okay, that's it. I was just thinking like a more lower level. It's like, oh, the car's not on. Let's just turn everything off.
Yeah.
Well, and you can wire into some of the GPIO pins on a Pi. I've heard this can be done. I do not know how to do this, to be clear. And you can wire a simple push button switch to it to say, execute a controlled shutdown.
Right.
Right. And turn it off manually.
Just like a bash script or something along those lines.
Yeah. I mean, the challenge with monitoring the voltage is when you're camping and when you're parked, if we're monitoring ignition voltage, now we turn off the ignition on the truck. Well, we don't want the Pi to shut down when we're camping, right? That's not what Jason wants. He wants to be able to control this thing, right? So, there's a few ways to get at it.
And the guy who had that really cool stealth GTI car at Hamcation with all those Yagis on the top of it, I interviewed him. I know Josh interviewed him too.
Yeah.
He's got some sort of something in his back seat that's like for lack of a better, I don't think he called it this, but for lack of a better term, it's a voltage regulator. Some sort of something that he plugs all his radios into and runs to his battery, and it keeps his voltage constant across his radios, even if the battery goes up and down.
Oh, sure. He's got some sort of a buck boost converter.
Something
to keep
like that.
Voltage stable.
So
power conditioner.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Power conditioner? Okay.
Who makes the Epic Power Gate? It's the same company that does that.
Works.
West Mountain Radio.
West Mountain Radio. West Mountain Radio.
They've got a power conditioner that just normalizes everything to your 12-volt radios.
See, I think that's what I want to, because I foobarred my, I didn't really foobar it. So there's a circuit in the ID5100, and I think the way I blew this, there's some kind of protective circuit in the ID5100 that makes it blow fuses, and the circuit will blow before it blows your finals, and then you just snip the circuit, and then everything works fine. You replace the circuit. It's like 17 cents at Mauser.
You jam a penny in there, and you keep it rolling.
right, exactly. But I think I overcharged. I didn't overcharge it, but I was charging my battery with a 20 amp AC charger. That's a maintainer, and I think it just probably was too much for the circuit back into the. I'm guessing. I don't know that's what it was.
Those battery maintainers aren't real great at voltage regulation.
Right, exactly. So I think so. Now I just unplug my rig runner if I ever plug that in. I usually try to charge it in solar, and I don't have a problem. But if I ever plug that 20 amp the charger into it, I'll just unplug my radios. I was like, you know what? I need something like Scott had. That's like a battery conditioner, Mike called it. So that I didn't know that West Mountain Radio made one of those. That's a good. I'll go look that up and see about getting one of those. So, but yeah, that's a project that I've been working on for a long time. I'm making progress on it, just kind of a little bit at a time. But it's been a fun project. I really enjoyed kind of figuring stuff out and saying, okay, this is going to work over here, and this isn't going to work, or I wanted to do this but I can't, or whatever, and getting new ideas along the way. So it's been a fun project.
Chuck in the chat had a good idea. He said, put the Pi in the fridge. But the only question on that would be is how bad would that affect your transmit power if the Pi's in the fridge?
You know, you could probably, the Sherry has an SMA connector on it. So you could get get an external antenna with a very small coax.
Sure.
And just run it out there a little bit.
That would be pretty cool.
Overclocking too. You could overclock your Pi that way.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. You can mine Bitcoin from it.
Yeah, I guess you could.
One of the things about that all-in-one cable is because it has CM108 emulation. There is some word that the potential for All-Star to work using this as kind of like your device would be possible, but I don't know that the emulation would actually work because of how All-Star was coded and written. I think it requires an actual CM108. That would be kind of a cool, fun project to dig into a little bit.
Yeah. But that's I guess you could use that for you'd have to write some sort of. You'd have to do some sort of customization in the HamVoIP software to make it correctly key that radio up and down. But I guess you could theoretically do that. Somebody who's smarter than I am
could do that.
I think it'd be possible because, like, for example, with the 888, if you open this up, there's multiple points you could tap into, and you can make a node completely no problem. So I don't see why it wouldn't be possible with that AIOC.
The very first All-Star node I ever had was a modified UV82.
Oh, that's
some
cool.
guy had taken the flashlight out of it, and they soldered some wire in there and brought a DB25 out the top of it and just plugged that straight into the Pi and go.
That's cool.
It was kind of it had a lot of RFI. It was a FANG. It had a lot of RFI, so you hear a lot of buzzing in the transmission. But it worked. I mean, you could plug it up and make oh man, speak of the devil, you can make contacts with it. You start talking about All-Star and John shows up. So all of a sudden,
did you read the manual? What a great cough.
Yeah, I look at the bottom of it.
That's great.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, Jason, thanks for having me on, man. I'm going to bounce.
You bet, bud.
Good evening. Nice to see you, John.
Good evening.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Hey, John.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, John? How are you?
You're in the bad aspect ratio.
I know I'm on the iPad actually enjoying the beautiful Wisconsin weather because we had summer about a week ago, then we had winter, and then we're back at spring again. So
well, there you go. That's awesome. So what's how's life with the FTM 500? How's the did you ever set up that those training courses you were talking about towards the end of the month?
yeah, we're actually going to make the announcement this weekend. It's going to be the last Wednesday of the month here. So this coming up here, I forgot what day it is there, but we're going to have that out there. We're going to do it in a class fashion. And then we also have some interesting news for some things coming up in August for classes. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Interesting news. It's not going to be an FT818 replacement because he said classes.
No, it's not. And it's not a radio. It's just classes. It's not a radio.
I'm just saying out loud what everybody in the chat's thinking right now.
I would like to begin the speculation.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna have a great feature. We're adding a panini maker to it.
Nice.
And then it's going to say supportive nurturing things. And then if you have a question, it will automatically pop up and say, did you read the manual?
Did you? Yeah. It needs to have a toilet paper holder on it so that you can use it for porta potties on the air more conveniently. So
well, that's a question because everybody's like, how do we do porta potties on the air? So this thing is going to go. We just gotta.
There you go.
We got to get a brain trust.
There you go.
What's the fail pass ratio on this class that you're gonna have?
Well, we'll see if people lack discipline, and then no, it's gonna be more of an educational thing, as in like a lot of people have they want to see more of it like hands on, and more want to be like, wait a minute, okay, I can read the manual, I can try to play with it, but how do I do this and this and this and this? Because it is a different take on a mobile. I mean, I'll tell you that much. And for some, it really is like derailing. And this past this past week here, since we kind of got back from CPAC and all that stuff, we've had a lot of people that said, hey, we've been doing one-on-one, and we were kind of planning it, but we're like, yeah, we got to get it going sooner than later.
I mean, that's a good idea. I think some of the other manufacturers, they need literally a 4-week class to get through all of the crap that they've got in their manual. And I think having a class on your new radio, buy an FTM 500 and take a class virtually or whatnot and learn how to use it. That's great. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea. Yeah, I agree.
Well, and there's a lot of things people just, let's face it, we all have our things we like about radios, right? I mean, there's certain things, there's features I don't use in radios whatsoever. And there's people that are just like, I just want to know this and this and this, and I can't find it in a manual, or I want more in depth than sitting and reading the manual. So we said, hey, we heard you, let's do it, let's get it going. And we're actually really excited about this because it's not only just going to be me teaching, but we're actually going to have some of the tech staff kind of on the sidebar too, to be able to help answer questions and stuff on it.
Nice.
Good. Good.
I'd be happy to do the APRS portion.
Yeah, you don't want that. But...
No, you don't. I'll tell you this. So many people gave me flack. They're like, you don't know how to operate your radio. I'm like, if they could just see the behind the scenes thing of like the camera and like how you're like trying to do this octopus thing, so your ugly hands don't like show up on there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was that was an informative stream, but it was it just showed how much there actually was to the radio. It's like, because we touched on the highlights of it, but there was a lot more to it. So, but that was good. But
John,
I enjoyed
it doesn't matter because people will complain if you drink water on your videos. So no matter what you do,
Oh
yeah, that's very true.
My theme tonight is water.
I got beer and water.
Oh no!
Yeah, you just try and read some trivia questions, and they go hog wild whenever you get one wrong misspelling. Oh my god!
When it looks like Frank wrote your questions for you.
Yeah, you can guys stick it in all of your butts.
Just wait. I'm writing questions right now.
I know. Yeah, I know. I was like, I told, or Kyle said that you wanted to, or he thought you wanted to, and I'm like, you sure? You sure you want to do that? All right.
No,
hey, you know what? That will be a hell of a funny stream. You should totally do that. Seriously. So
Frank, you should do all 4 rounds, and we'll just.
That's
and
a challenge.
Don't grammatically correct them either.
No.
Just bang them out. Bang them out. Okay.
Bang them out.
Jason, maybe you and I should just do a live stream, just reading text from Frank.
That'd be
Oh God, no.
We can do that.
God, no.
Frank and I have been on a couple of Discord servers for several years. I've got a lot of
pre-Discord
archived, pre-Discord. I got a lot of archived messages from him. Yeah, we have a group on Hangouts
messages
for a while. I don't still have all that stuff, but yeah,
the BlackBerry
would vary. Frank and I met. We were both working tech support for BlackBerry. That's where we met.
Oh, did you watch the documentary then, Jason?
I did not. I've had that book
fantastic.
in my inventory for a long time because the documentary is done off of a book called Losing the Signal, which was the story of BlackBerry. But I saw that as a documentary come up on, I don't remember where it was. Maybe
it's on
YouTube.
Netflix, I think, or something.
Is it on Netflix? Okay, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I want to watch that because it looks. I bet it's
supposed to be very good.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, I haven't seen it yet. So, 86DM is in the chat, and I just want to ask everybody: don't you wish you had one of these?
I just bought one of those yesterday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I kept saying
I've
that.
had one for like 4 years, but
I know.
I have a custom.
I have a custom one too.
I have a custom one too. Yeah, I've got one with the USB port on top of it.
He calls me at home.
I kept saying that on my stream, and I was saying something about the TTP Man Pack, and Dennis was in the chat, and he's like, "Well, it needs a Denko battery." I'm like, "You're damn right it does. Make one for me." So he finally did. And now I'm putting it in there. I'm like, don't you wish you had one of these? And he said he's going to use that as his tagline. Don't you wish you had a Denko battery?
Yes.
I was so happy to see he's selling them, so I had to purchase it. He gave me one for free a few years ago, and I love it. I use it all the time. It's small, it's compact, portable. And I'm like, man, I got to support Dennis. Dennis,
Yeah. He made I bought these from him. He didn't give them to me for free. Well, I shouldn't say that. He sent me an invoice for this. And I bought this one, and then he sent me an extra one with the custom USB thing on the top.
Oh, cool! Very cool.
Do you have the voltmeter?
No, it doesn't have a meter on it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't think so. No, it doesn't have the meter on it. Well, maybe
I don't need a meter. I just need it to give me power. That's all.
Speaking of batteries, K6ARK built me this battery right here.
Seriously.
And this is a great battery because when you go through TSA, it doesn't look suspicious at all.
No, not at
all. It's got 2 wires coming out of it
with a little bulbous thing on the side. Yeah,
yeah. Oh my god,
that's like my this one here. Not a bomb.
Oh yeah.
That's not a bomb. That's not a bomb.
That's not a bomb.
Strap that to your chest.
You should actually print a sticker and put it on top of that mic that says "not a bomb," and put that in your bag for TSA. And then have get a set of that.
Get a set of those when you do that. They love jokes.
You need to get a set of glasses that has a hidden camera in it.
They love jokes.
Yeah. Get a set of glasses that has a hidden camera in it. Take that through TSA security. Record the whole thing and put it on YouTube. That's what I would do. That's totally what I would do.
Last thing I want to go through TSA is with a camera to give them more reasons to.
Well, that's why I say a hidden camera. It's hidden in your glasses. They don't know you have it.
No.
I feel I've taken this on a plane.
I'm so jealous of John right now.
Really?
I feel I have. Like, honestly, the TSA doesn't. They see batteries. Like, they don't. I fly with batteries so often.
I do too. Mine doesn't look like a bomb like that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I know this has gone through the X-ray. I would say maybe about 40% of the time I get stopped because there's microphones and wires and batteries and such. They open it up. They don't care.
Just put one of your cat toys in another piece of luggage going through.
Right. But can we be honest?
Like that one.
With all the flying I've done, I've seen some of the people at TSA, and I'm just like, I don't think they really give a damn. Let's be honest with you. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
What's that a hairdryer with the scope on it? Just keep the line moving, please. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
Hairdryer with the scope.
Bowling ball candle. Yeah, that's
John,
nice. Just
I want to go through
play.
your TSA line every time I get pulled over, and they're like, "What is this? What is going on?"
Frank does get pulled over very often.
It's because you have that big beard.
Often.
Yeah, exactly.
You look like
What's
a terrorist.
wrong with the beard? You know how many people in Texas have big beards and?
I don't know. It's
So did the Unabomber.
The beards are bigger in Texas.
So did Osama bin Laden.
Right. Yeah. No, the only thing consistent about the TSA is their inconsistency, because some of those guys are really like, you're like, oh, you can't do that. You can't. I'm like, well, yeah, I've done it before. And then other guys are just like, yeah, I don't care. Keep going. Move. Keep going. So,
dude, I have inconsistency in a line. First guy, do I have to take my CPAP and the laptop out? No, this machine is fine. Okay, I get through. Why don't you take your laptop and CPAP? Because I was told not to, and they're like, no one at the TSA will tell you not to take that out. Like,
right.
But I was just told.
Yeah, I would have fun with that.
Oh, I was livid.
But I tell you what, Frank, part of your problem, and you don't want to do this, and that's okay. Part of your problem is you don't have pre-check.
I don't want to pay more.
Yeah.
More.
You're paying for convenience.
Higher class citizen to be treated better by my own government. Mm-hmm.
You're paying for convenience. Yeah. Paying for convenience.
That's
Frank,
what
it's called pre-check or random bag check.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Pre-check's easy because usually 9 times out of 10, pre-check is easy because you just walk through. You don't have to take anything out of your bags. You don't have to take your shoes off. Mm-hmm. I used to have steel-toed shoes, and I would go through the pre-check line and take my shoes off and sit them on the belt, and people behind me be like, you don't have to do that. You're in pre-check. And I'm like, they have steel toes in them. Trust me, I do. Because they didn't like it when you walk through the scanner with steel toes in your shoes. They say, oh, you don't have to take your shoes off? Okay. What do you have in your shoes? Steel toes? Oh, yeah, you got to take those off. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It's fun to mess with them too.
Your chick says it's worth the money. I know it's worth
your
the
time
money.
is worth money. That's right. Yeah, because I had to wait on your dumb ass the last couple times we flew to Orlando together because number one, you didn't have pre-check, so your line was longer, and number two, you always get stopped. So I'm like, you got to eliminate one of those things. So unless you get a total facelift,
and it's 4 trays of crap. You don't
have to take any of that out with pre-check, man. So I don't know. I find that it's easy.
Hey, John, what are you smoking? I am a little jealous here. I was on the fence. It was 95 outside when the stream of streams night started, and I was like, I'm not going to sit outside.
Dude, I smoked a stream before I smoked a cigar before Kyle's stream. It's 105 on my porch.
It's like 68 here right now. It's beautiful.
Whew, that would be nice.
I got a Hawaiian breeze.
This is why they chose June for summer field day.
Right.
You have
a bunch of northerners.
Breeze?
Yeah, but then you guys get winter field day, and you guys are all happy, and we're like, "Hey, it's 30 below. This is great."
Yeah,
what do you mean happy? Yeah, it's snow on the ground. I remember freezing temperatures. We're all standing around the fire.
Whatever. Hey, Frank, I want to invite you up to Chicago for winter field day next year.
Dude, tell me when and where. I promise I'll take you up on that.
Dude, that would be cool. Hell yeah!
And then afterwards, come on up to northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
6 hours north makes a difference of 20 degrees at least.
T.O.'s always talking about how, I say always. And the last time he was at Orlando, he was like, he landed in Florida and took off like 7 layers of clothes. And I'm just like,
yeah.
What kind of, like, I don't mean to be rude, but seriously, what in the hell is wrong with you? I mean, why would you live in subarctic temperatures like that?
Oh, it's horrible.
People like it.
I mean,
nuts.
Because the men and men are sheep and scared.
My first winter field day, I think it was like -15. It was horrible.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, people complain about the heat in Texas, and it is hot, but I'm just like out there being, all right, cool, just get in the shade. You're fine. Not a problem.
Talking about field day, are we all going to field day events coming up next weekend?
Yeah, I'd like to hear everybody's where everybody is going for field day. Yeah, no, it's a good topic. So yeah, people are tired of us talking about computer nerd stuff. Somebody named Mike complained.
Let's go around the horn.
I wasn't complaining. Josh. I was just interacting with the live chat.
I know. Josh, you mentioned earlier what you're doing for field day. What?
Oh, his kids.
His kids.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
That's all right. That's all right. You're muted, Josh.
Oh, he's muted.
So who's next? Who's next?
He's talking to somebody. Commentary. Go, Sean. You go. What are you doing for field day?
I don't have any plans. I do like to roam between the different like field day sites and check out what other people are doing. I always think that that's kind of fun and unique. I get to meet people that way, but also I get to kind of experience different equipment and see what people are running. So
yeah,
I'll probably end up just doing that. But hey, if you're in the Chicago area, let me know.
Rock
cool.
On.
I did that a few years back before we started doing field day at my hunting lease, and it was fun. I drove down to South Texas and visited 2 or 3 of the bigger clubs down there who had won the section for the previous year, and I'm like, okay. And that one club that I went to, they just had, I think they were like a 12. What's the inside EOC? Whatever. I get winter field day and field day designations confused, but whatever the inside EOC is, 12 Charlie or 12 Alpha, whatever it is,
Jesus.
They had like 12 stations. 4 of them were CW, 4 of them were sideband, and I think 2 to 4 of them were.
So do you have super narrow bandpass filters? So you have CW filters for 20, and
I guess
FM filters, and then here's your FT8 filter that's only 20 megahertz.
But they were all running. They were all. John turned his camera off. So I'm gonna say this. They were all running Elecraft equipment. So I mean, they had some really. He's still listening.
Here we go.
Yeah, they had some really kick-ass equipment at a couple of those clubs. So that was good. This was before the K4 came out. They were all rocking K3Ss. So it was.
People are still rocking that for DX Expeditions.
Oh yeah,
that's like the radio.
Yep, absolutely.
There's some radios that have really good front ends that you can do CW. You can do CW at the lower portion of the band and single sideband at the upper portion of the band. And typically, as long as you're not blasting over 60 over on your
on your own radio.
Yeah, you're
right.
All right, you're all right. As long as you're an S9 or an S 20 over, you're fine.
Kyle, did you decide what you were going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to stay here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Going to be one of those hotel stations?
No, we're going to be outdoor. We're going to be outdoor,
okay.
But yeah, I'm going to stay here. It's just, I got invited down to Jason's to help out down there, but it's about a 10.5-hour drive, and we had something happen.
Not that far.
Well, we had something happen in our club that I need to help out at. So
you can't even get across Texas. It's 10.5 hours.
It's not that. It's not. Well, how far are you from Springfield?
3.5.
And are you 3.5 hours east of Springfield?
Yeah.
I thought you were south of Springfield for some reason.
No, St. Louis.
I know, but I don't know what Missouri looks like on a map.
Well, remember when we saw the St. Louis Arch, the gateway of the West?
Yes. Yeah.
And
the mighty
Mississippi, all that stuff.
Mississippi, yeah.
There's an elevator that goes all the way to the top. Wow, Dad, can we go up it? No. You were on All Star with Kyle, and he's like, "Hey, when you're by this street, wave." And then we were like right near downtown.
Yeah, I don't remember how far away that was. I guess okay, because it's only 6 hours to Springfield, so.
Yeah, so it would
I guess
take
if you're 3.5 hours on the other side of Springfield. I thought for some reason I was thinking you were south of. I don't know.
No.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense. But okay. All right. That's fine. So how long does it take for you to get to Huntsville, Alabama?
It takes 6.5, sometimes 7 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird because it's 10-hour drive to Huntsville from here, and you're telling me it's 10 hours to St. Louis.
He's doing it in a semi truck. That's where he goes to pick up all that sun drop because he's
right.
trailer.
Yes.
And he's got a dude with a sweet hat and a mustache and a Firebird.
In a Firebird
for him so that he can. Yeah, so he can cannonball run back up to where he's at, just to get that sun run across the border.
That guy won't get his ham license.
Cases.
It's all GMRS.
It's all GMRS.
All GMRS.
Oh, come on, CB.
Channel
Let's be
19.
truthful at least.
Well, yeah, but that's the joke, John. What do we? So it can't be Smokey it can't be the Bandit. What's got to be the?
I don't know. You mixed Cannonball Run in there with that. So.
I know.
The Scofflaw.
Scofflaw, yeah.
The Scofflaw is on GMRS.
Scofflaw. Yeah, Newman and the Scofflaw. That's funny.
We got Kyle and the Scofflaw. That's the.
I'm
that's
Kyle.
It's gonna make $100 million.
I was looking forward to you to hang out with us.
Way to ruin it for us, Kyle. Thanks.
Well, you know what? I'll ruin it next year whenever I come down there.
Yeah, well, make plans for January.
Well,
and,
by that time, I will probably have my pull behind trailer.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'll have a better
on the taco
setup.
You got a pull behind for the taco? Nice.
I'm getting one.
Cool. Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Good.
We'll be trading Tank Radio, who will come up here for Kyle. We'll go down there.
There you go.
That'll work out well. Yeah.
That'd work.
Wait, you trade a single sideband for CW?
Well, no, you're trading really good ribs and beans for CW.
I'll take that.
Well, that could be a that could be a
the
tough
beans aren't
decision.
that good.
I think they are. I think they're fantastic myself. So, yeah. John, what are you doing for field day?
Nothing, because my wife, I think, planned it like 11, 12 years ago, and that's the weekend of my daughter's birthday. So no radio.
No.
I'm committed.
Get her licensed.
I was going to say, she should be licensed and with you in the field this weekend, buddy.
Happy birthday. I got you
honey,
your ham
I got
license.
you a Yaesu radio. Every year, Yaesu radio on your birthday every year.
I actually told them, I said, if they get their license, they pass, I will buy them whatever radio they want.
I've said this too. I am saying this. This is what I'm saying. Yes.
Yep.
They're like, wow, nothing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, that's cool. Well, Mike and Frank and I. Well, Josh, let's go back to you because you were.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I was simultaneously trying to log into the HRCC HF net, which is at the same time right now. They're on 7.192 for everybody who can do YouTube and ham radio at the same time. Highly encouraged. Get on there. I have the prestigious opportunity to run field day from San Clemente Island this year, which is one of, if not the most rarest grid square in the United States.
Really?
Particularly for all you Fred Fish guys that are chasing 6 meters, we've got a 5-element Yagi that we're running on with power on 6 meters for field day. We're going to be trying to do some satellite contacts, and I'm dragging the Buddy Hex out. I have. Yeah. So
where's
if
the
anybody,
island? I see San Clemente. I don't see an island.
San Clemente Island is owned by the U.S. Navy. It is the last location that the Navy SEALs do their BUDS training on. And they actually bombed the crap out of it. Well, they're shooting dummy loads, but they do a lot of Navy air practice. Navy SEALs do their training there, and I get to fly out there and do ham radio from rare, like one of the rarest grid squares. So I'm super excited. Adam K6ARK is going with me, along with a couple of other hams. We'll be running a club call. I'll be talking about that as we get closer to the event. I will try and live stream from there because it's actually a really, really cool location. And I'm told they actually have like mobile internet. How good it is, I have no idea. But it's gonna be an amazing time, like kind of a once in a lifetime thing for me. So I'm really excited.
Cool. That's
props
cool.
to Go ahead, John.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm breaking up here, but I gotta say it's like the Catalina wine mixer. It's the San Clemente amateur radio mixer.
It's with dummy rounds lobbed overhead.
Props to you for doing. I've used the Buddy Hex for the last 4 years. At both field day and winter field day. Excellent choice of antenna, of course. Props to you for doing 6 meters, because which the Buddy Hex will do. It's only 2 elements, but if you're going to do like I think you said a 5-element Yagi, 6 meters has been up lately, guys. And guess what? You can do FT8 on field day. But I know that Chuck, KK6USY, he was in there because I told him, hey, 6 meters is up. I'm doing some FT8.
Yep.
He got in the chat. He's like, dude, I'm on sideband right now with it. And he went in there. He came in there later. He's like, "Thanks for telling me. I just turned on the radio and there's sideband activity on 6 meters."
So really fast.
Fingers crossed that it's still active on field day a week from now.
Oh, so really fast. This is my 6 meter antenna with my hot dogs on it. This is how far I got out.
Yeah, that's the same one
6 meters, right?
Yeah.
So Fred Fish, guys, if you're into 6 meters, go check out the Fred Fish Award. You can get it's a really prestigious award, really difficult to get every grid square in the continental U.S. on 6 meters. And it's
VHF, right?
It's not just specifically is the challenge.
I thought it was just VHF.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like you're going to have to use 6 for a lot of these.
Well, because the guys that were satellite, because the guys that were I did that story a couple weeks ago about the guys traveling out to Big Bend to this rare grid square to activate this grid square for the VUCC and for the towards Fred Fish, and they were going to operate VHF satellite from that grid square. So, maybe there's different facets of it. I don't know.
So Adam's in the chat right now. He's saying he's going to run CW on 6 meters. He's got a 5-element 6 meter Yagi. So 6 meters is going to be like, by the way, half of the reason why this gentleman's out there and so equipped is the Fred Fish guys actually got together some money and they got him an antenna and an amplifier to be able to do this. So we're super engaged with the 6 meter guys. We're going to try and get you as many contacts as we can. We know you're looking for it because it's when it's possible, like anything's possible almost, and it's super, super fun. 6 meters is great. And for all you technicians, it's not a big antenna. You don't need a lot of space. You're talking about like a 9-foot dipole, approximately, using Kyle's trivia terms, approximate length. You can do it and get on the air. You got full access on 6 meters. Go nuts.
I am looking forward to trying some 6 meters. In fact, I got on Dune Star's website, and I got on RNL and a couple other websites the other day looking for a 6 meter bandpass filter, which I don't own, and everybody's either sold out of them, or more accurately, they don't carry them in stock. They're a special order item, and they take several weeks to get in. So,
I appreciate Fact Check Rhea is saying Fred Fish is 6 meters only. No SATs, no EME.
Maybe those guys were doing VUCC then. I don't remember. They were doing something like that for the VHF band. They were going to use 6 meters and 2 meters for satellite. But if anyone has a 6 meter bandpass filter that you would lend me, and I will send it back to you.
Lend it to me first, and then I'll send it to Jason because I need it for this weekend.
Well, I need it for field day. I need it for field day.
But I'm going to be in the rare grid square. Come on.
I don't care. Yeah, field day. I asked for.
Do you really need a bandpass filter if you're in the red grid square? Because that means you should be the only station operating there. So
there'll be a lot of
just adjacent signals is going to crash. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
We do have equipment. I'm just kidding. We should be good.
Yeah.
Do you have an 80 meter bandpass, Josh, or Jason rather?
Yes, I have everything except 6 and 15.
That's right. Frank's supposed to bring the 15.
Frank has the 15.
I got the 15 already packed.
I don't have the work. I've got 17, but I don't have the rest of the work bands. I don't have 12 or 30 or 60, but I've got everything else except for 6, and Frank's got 15. That's what it is. Yep. So, yeah. By the way, speaking of Dune Star, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. This just reminded me of this. I'm gonna share this right here. Yeah, everybody's still there on audio wise. We are excited to announce that we are actively seeking a buyer for our business. After years of hard work and dedication, we have built a successful business that holds potential and even more growth and opportunity and profitability. With a solid foundation, a loyal customer base, amateur radio community, a great opportunity. If you're interested in acquiring a thriving business, great potential, I'd love to discuss with you. Serious inquiries only. So don't email him and ask him a bunch of stupid questions, Frank.
But who is this?
So I know what I got. I know what I got.
I know what I got. The Facebook group. Good job.
So yeah, I just linked it in the chat. That page is to one of the single band bandpass filters. You can hit the drop down here and see 6 meters is available on back order. Because I was going to go in. I've got 4 or 5 different Dune Star bandpass filters. I really like them. They work well. And
I was about to order a spatter of them.
Yeah. I was gonna try to get a 6 meter one, but
so hear me out. Hear me out on this. Ham Radio Dude, rebrand it the Dude Star.
Yes,
by the company.
Yeah, because that name's not taken yet. But...
We could do that. We could do that.
So yes,
dude.
Somebody go buy Dune Star and let me know when you do, and send me some free stuff because I'm the one who told you about it. So, but they make good stuff. They really do. I don't want to put all the time that would be required into running a company like that, but I'm intrigued enough to call them and say, hey, maybe I'd buy it from you. I'm sure they probably want more than I can afford, and that's okay. But anyway, so somebody out there with a little bit more chops than I have. So
let's toss to Adam real fast.
We got Man Pack Portable Adam.
Man Pack Portable Adam.
y'all's rare activation coming up here.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah,
Adam?
It should be quite fun. Really looking forward to it. I've never been out to San Clemente Island, and pretty cool to get this opportunity. We're pretty stoked. So we head out on Friday and come back Monday, and we're hoping to get a soda activation in on Friday evening. So keep an eye out for spots.
Yeah, I was mousing around and I was about to ask, what is the highest elevation out there?
1 point soda summit.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's a 1 point soda summit. It's it's below 2,000 feet, but I think it's like 1,800 or so, somewhere in that vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna try to hit that up. I think Friday afternoon. Yeah, that's the main way to get out there is they fly you from North Island. So
cool, good. Sounds like a fun trip.
Where's North Island? Is that on
San Diego?
San Diego.
It's in the middle of San Diego Bay. It's the Naval Air Station there, right in the middle of the bay in Coronado.
Cool.
So, is there a club that's going to be there?
It's a club call we're running.
There's technically a club call. Oh my gosh, I'm out in my front yard, and there's a weed right here, and it's wiggling and shuffling into the ground as I'm watching it. There's a gopher dragging it into the ground.
That's awesome.
You've programmed your gophers well if they're weeding your garden for you.
Right, totally, yeah. Do you guys know what your club call is going to be?
Oh, Josh, do you remember?
I don't remember. I can look it up.
I forget.
Give me a minute. I'm obviously more internet capable than.
While you guys are doing that, I was actually looking up. Wasn't before Popcom, Popular Communications, they went under, and I was trying to find it. Didn't they do an article on taking, was it the old realistic or Radio Shack TV filters so you could filter out interference? And I'm trying to find it. I thought there was a way that you could modify it to make a 6-meter bandpass.
That would make sense because channel 2 used to be on 6 meters back in the day when they did broadcast.
I'm trying to find it. I swear I saw it because I was big
one
into
of
6 meters FM repeaters up there, and in northern Wisconsin they used to have this thing called Project Alpha up there, which was like low band stuff, but they would also do some military stuff up in the 33 and 40 megahertz, which somehow interfered with us, so we questioned it. But like I said, there was I remember reading an article on it, like I want to say a year or two before Popcom had its demise.
Well, it might be pretty easy if you had like a spectrum analyzer, and what would it be, like would they call it tracking generator, something like that? Is that right?
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't even use like a nano VNA to really kind of test it out and tweak it, you know?
Of course.
Yeah, you know what you're going to be on.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's a through, so it's got a through test.
There's a lot of plans online, and the Hearst Club has done several projects in the past for building bandpass filters. So if I was not so lazy, I could just go build my own, but I don't have time to do that between now and field day. But that might be a fun live stream. Is to build a. You could. Yeah.
It's just not in my cards.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of toroid wrapping, really, is all it is. But it's not. It's not hard.
You can design your own out of toroids and capacitors, inductors and capacitors, and it's not that hard. You can find designs online and then tune and tweak by squeezing or spreading the coils on the toroid. And then there's also a way to build a band stop filter just using a coax stub and a T. So so that can be an option too if you're trying to run if you're trying to run like on resonant multiples like 20 and 40, you can stop out like one of the whatever band you want.
Yeah.
But the biggest question though is can you make it the size of a dime, Adam?
How much power? Yeah.
Not the coax. That's going to be a challenge.
Jeez, yeah, Adam. Adam, have you built your QMX yet?
No, I haven't yet. I've
have
been
you not?
pretty busy lately.
Okay.
search and rescue training and stuff like that, and haven't built it yet. That's one thing I might do Monday. And I plan to build it for 40, 30, 20, 17, and 15 meters.
So I heard you say
twist Hans's arm to,
I heard you say that on somewhere. I don't remember where you were, but I heard you say that, and maybe you're on Discord. I don't remember, but or I read it on Discord. So I go and look, and serious question, I go and look at the instructions for building that, and those are not the bands that it lists. So how do you modify it to be on the bands you want?
Yeah, so there's a couple things. There's the two kind of key things you have to change. You have to change the toroid that's got multiple taps on it, the sort of variable inductor. Mm-hmm. That weird toroid that you have to wind. And then the other thing you have to modify are the output, the low pass filters, or band, I guess they're low pass and notch filters on the output. And fortunately, the architecture of everything is the same pretty much for the most part across the QCX minis and the QDX, right? Because it's a marriage of the QCX mini and the QDX.
Right.
And so if you go dig through those manuals and look at the values for the other builds, the other bands for the other build, you can kind of figure out at least close to what you need, and then you can kind of tweak it from there. So
cool. Okay. Couple things
back real fast.
Sean,
do you need to jump out here?
Sean, your camera's overheating.
It keeps overheating and crashing, so my apologies for that. I might take off here in just a second. It's okay. It's pretty warm up here, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, it's not bothering me, so that's
all right. Cool.
Juan Luis Valentin, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Jason, Josh, and Rhea, love you guys. Y'all are the best. And you're right. You're right. We are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the super chat
and good answer. Right.
Yeah, and good answer. Yeah. And TC Fitz with the super chat of $20. Thanks, bud. Always excited to see TC Fitz in here. He's a sadist. If I was drinking a pickle beer right now, he'd be donating.
Oh yeah, he'd be going nuts right now.
Yeah, he'd be doing like 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. Yeah. So.
I tried to get more of those ghost pepper beers. That'd be amazing right now.
I want one.
I do too.
I've still got one in the fridge.
You kept one?
I kept one. I'm surprised it hasn't eaten through the can yet. And like alien blood dripping acid on the floor, but it's still in there.
So for Rhea, if you didn't know this, it's a milkshake IPA, so it's like a creamy IPA, but it's proper spicy. Like Jason, you can account for that. It is proper spice. It is hot.
The worst thing is that
IPA.
The worst thing is when you're drinking it, you go like this, and your lip melts off. It's like it's hot on the tongue and the throat, and it's a little bit hot, but your lip is like on fire. You're like looking in the mirror. Is my lip literally on fire right now?
That's the
worst part for me.
Bring it to field day. We'll drink it around the fire.
No, it was a seasonal yearly beer. They were doing it every year during COVID, and then I tried to buy. I wanted to buy like 50 of them.
Right? Yeah.
They were like, "No, we're not making them," and I'm like, "What if I buy 50 of them?"
What if I buy the entire barrel of it?
How much do I have to pay to make this work out for
you?
Oh
my God, I would pitch in on that. It was really good. It really was. Yeah.
I'm jealous. I haven't had this. I really am now.
All right, let's give Rhea the floor for a minute. She hasn't talked yet. What's up, Rhea? How are you?
Not much. So I'm abandoning America for a week, so I'm going to be in Europe next week.
You're going to Frederikshavn, aren't you?
I am going to Frederikshavn.
Oh my gosh, awesome. That's awesome.
It's on my bucket list. Bob is flying to Amsterdam tomorrow.
Nice.
And he's going to spend a week and a half out there, and he's going to Frederikshavn when he's out there. It's on my bucket list. I'm going to do that at least once.
Bob, R-Finder Bob. We're talking.
Yeah, R-Finder Bob.
Okay.
R-Finder Bob. Yeah. It sucks that it's on field day weekend, and that's literally that's why I've not done it before in the past. But it is. I am going to take the opportunity one of these years to fly to Germany and do Frederikshavn just for the hell of it. So. Cool. Should be a fun trip.
Yeah, I'm flying the ARDC flag, so nice. I'm on a mission.
Sure, of course.
Rock on.
Of course.
Rock
Good
on.
deal. That's great. Yeah, so you won't be doing field day then.
No. No. Actually, I will. I'm gonna do it remote because my home's powered from batteries.
Okay.
And I'm gonna remote in. And I'm gonna do some contacts.
That's awesome.
Dude, can you operate there? Get the DX contact?
You can. Yeah, I could probably do that too. But
I think what Frank's asking is, can you DX yourself? Is what he's trying to ask.
I could yes, I could probably do that. But, yeah. But one thing that's on my bucket list there is AMSAT DL will have the QO100. So I want to try to make a contact with the QO100 satellite.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
the Geo, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's awesome.
We need a Geo.
I don't know who we got to talk to do this. We need a Geo. We need a Geo amateur radio satellite over the U.S. We need it.
Yeah, you probably want to talk to us.
Yeah, and I mean, I know the guys. I know the guys at Eris, and I don't know.
It's not the satellite. I mean, it is to a degree, but it's putting it there. That's the problem.
Yeah. That makes
Getting
sense.
it there.
Yeah.
You got to talk to Elon about doing that. Then
No, don't talk to him.
I've got him on speed. I've got him on
no.
speed dial. I'll call him. Yeah, he moved to Texas and sent me his phone number. Yeah. So yeah.
that's awesome. I'm jealous, Rhea.
That sounds like a fun trip.
You want to come along, Frank? You could come along.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just Frank. Frank's the only one invited.
Yes.
Take Frank.
I'll be there at a heartbeat. You pick up my ticket. I'll be there.
You'd be good. You'd be good in Friedrichshafen, I think. You'd hit up the beer gardens. You'd be good, man. You're all set.
I'm half a bottle down of whiskey tonight. Do you want to talk about what we're doing now, Jason?
Sure. Yeah. I was gonna say that Mike and Frank, Mike and I are all going to the same place.
Mike, Jason.
We might
Digital Rancher, maybe.
Yeah, he'll be down on Saturday. We might do some radio. We are definitely going to do cigars, beer, and blow some stuff up.
Yes.
So,
hey,
that will be a thing.
We go there. We set up all the antennas and all the radios.
Be like, it's hot. The bands are not active.
Barely play radio. I'm always on 40, and I bitch about the noise on 40 at the hunting lease. So I lose interest pretty quick.
Yeah. We're gonna try to eliminate that this time. John, thanks for coming by, buddy. You got early tea time and playing paramedic also. Okay, well, have fun with that.
It's gonna be a good weekend. Father's Day, get out and use the clubs.
Nice.
So,
yeah. Good deal.
Well,
if
you swing that Kenwood just right, it might work like a sandwich. I think you might be all right.
Here's Chelsea. When you want to be a big boy and go play 25.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Dual band, dual mode.
I've got a TID radio.
Right on, John. Take it easy, man.
Thanks for joining, buddy.
See you guys.
Yeah, have fun. So we'll be operating as KN5TR, Kilo November 5 Tango Radio, as our club call, and
bunch of our regulars. We're going to have Noel there. We're going to have Jeremy there. We're going to have Jason number 1, DX Mini Jason. Digital Ranchers making out. You said Saturday. I think that's the majority of it because Bob is going to Friedrichshafen.
But Bob's going to
say that again.
Say Germany.
Where's he going?
Say Germany.
Germany, yeah.
He's going to Germany.
Yeah.
And
Bob's going to Germany. Scott is invited. Ham Radio for Non-Techie Scott. I haven't heard back from him yet.
Oh, nice.
But
Shane is going to make an appearance.
Yeah, Shane will be there for
Friday.
Yeah. Yep. Shane will be there.
And it's just going to be a rigmarole of whiskey and cigars and radio. And somewhere we will produce a video.
And barbecue?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to be barbecuing ribs. Yep. I'm doing some smoked ribs. I'm going to buy them probably Tuesday or Wednesday this week. St. Louis style cut. I'm going to cheat and buy them from already pre-cut. I already made so many videos of me cutting ribs, and Mike has a video, KMRD, that he hasn't released of me prepping ribs of last year.
Yeah, I said a couple months ago I was going to release that, didn't I?
Yeah. And what else?
503 Nick, the answer to that question would be Mike.
No beans this year. I decided not to make beans.
Who's putting up the DX Commander at the deer lease, though?
Yeah.
Mike always puts it up.
Apparently I need to bring the DX Commander Classic because Frank's like, well, are we going to have 80 meters? and I have 80 meters on the Classic, and
yeah,
I bet if we get on 80 meters, it might be for like a half hour.
Yeah.
I might do FT8 on.
Wasn't
80
me.
FT8, we can do some FT8 on 80 meters. Yeah,
I need a mast. That's what I was asking about.
Yeah.
I need an additional.
Yeah,
mast.
we already got that taken care of.
Yeah.
Adam's frozen up. Hey, Adam, thanks for joining, bud. Appreciate you being here tonight. You can drop off if you want to. So hang out in the chat.
I think that we're just gonna be doing our normal thing, man. Just kick them back.
I've got an idea for a vlog style video I want to do, and I'm gonna do a new video for building the Buddy Hex, because the first video I did for building the Buddy Hex, which was 3 years ago, I think, he's changed a lot of stuff on it since then. Mm-hmm. And I was talking with him on the phone this last week, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I want to do this and this and this," and he's like, "Okay." So he sent me some new, couple new pieces and whatnot. So because he's made some updates to that antenna. Don N5SKT got in Discord like 2 days ago, and he's like, "Dude, I just got the email. My Buddy Hex is on the way." So Don's got a Buddy Hex coming through. So those of you who are on the waiting list, it is moving forward. The Buddy Hex waiting list is actually moving. So
nice.
N5SKT's I don't know if he's got it in yet or not. I know he's in the chat. Don, let us know if you've received that yet or not.
As of Saturday,
he was elated.
Okay.
I talked to him, and he's like, "I got a Buddy Hex coming."
Yeah, that's gonna be freaking cool. Yeah, you're gonna love that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do another build video and show all the updated parts. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna do, and I'm probably gonna. I live streamed last year, and I'm gonna probably live stream again this year. We got a decent signal out there, just kind of a hodgepodge live stream, just like, hey, get on, click go and walk around the camp and do like a 30-minute live stream.
We might not have a campfire the whole time. I
think we're gonna do a campfire.
We got to have some type of fire to melt the marshmallows.
There will be a firefight.
Yeah,
we got to melt the marshmallows.
I will bring my BioLite stove, and we can light that and have that in there.
I think if we just bring the marshmallows outside, they'll melt.
That's probably true. Also, set them on the grill.
It didn't look like it was going to be as warm as last year. I checked the weather the other day for Decatur, and it said it was only going to be like 98.
I think it's obvious, though, is you could take after Josh. Instead of hot dogs, you could try to cook marshmallows with your antenna.
Oh,
you can try.
Yes. And my wife's marshmallows have bourbon in them, which means they will catch on fire that much faster.
Fire.
Dude, that's
we
great.
can do that.
That's great.
Fire. Don says he got his Buddy Hex today.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Oh,
freaking
Don.
awesome. Yeah. Freaking awesome, dude. Yeah. And
Did
thank
you
for
the tube, the packing tube too, and all the things.
The sport tube, yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Don. He says, really liking the format of the Friday sales videos. The combo of ham and ham adjacent has been really kept those interesting. I'm trying to not do the same old drivel every Friday. So thank you for that, Don. Appreciate you being here, bud. Yeah. Watch my video on building the Buddy Hex, Don. I'm sure it's not hard, dude. You won't have any trouble with it at all. But
so if you can build a Buddy Hex.
Okay, let me stop you right there.
The elephant in the room here.
Let me stop you right there. The Buddy Hex elements are already pre-cut.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't get a roll of wire this big from Chris the way that Callum sends this roll of wire. So it's pre-cut. Building a Buddy Hex is like building an engine. You just put all the parts together. It's easy. It's not having to tune.
That's all you do with the DX Commander.
You got to tune a lot of stuff.
Tune an engine.
You've retuned the elements on your DX Commander like twice at the deer lease by itself. I mean, I don't know how many times you've done it all.
No, I was building the DX Commander Classic out there.
You rebuilt it because you said the SWR was off, so you rebuilt several of the elements.
Yeah, but I never really built it right the first time.
Oh, well, okay.
I never really fully completed it because I don't remember where to put it. So I was like, because I always use the Expedition.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, 503 Nick. So easy a caveman can do it. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
but the hex beam's a freaking awesome.
Just watch all of our channels. Hit that bell, and you'll be notified of whenever new content drops, because you don't know when that's going to happen this weekend.
That's true.
Internet.
Be watching for Josh's live stream. That should be a fun live stream.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do my best. I've got 2 forms of internet.
Well, we know your history of live streaming in the field, so I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Yeah. It's gonna be like
you're gonna look like Adam here a minute ago.
Go for.
Make sure. Yeah. Make sure you're nowhere near Adam when you're live streaming. You ought to be all right because he's like cursed or something. So.
I mean, we're literally talking about an island that it's ran by the military, so I assume they have some kind of huge data, but not civilian data. So
it's not for us data,
right?
Yeah.
Not for us data. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you have any kind of pull with any of them guys? Like, hey, you know who I am?
Kind of yeah.
Reposition satellite 2932.
Right. Yeah.
Just make it geostationary for a little while.
No right.
Deal.
Yeah,
right.
just move it from Leo to Geo.
Yeah.
Just put it up there.
That's what the thrusters are for.
That's
Yeah.
So you can expend the whole fuel
ion
thrusters. Close to Geo.
Thrusters. No fuel needed.
I'll probably live stream since I can now.
Mm-hmm.
But
what do you
no,
mean
I won't
now?
Well,
wait, were you banned from live streaming or something?
I know, right?
No. I mean from field day because I was on a really old grandfathered cell phone plan and I only had like 6 gigs of data a month or something. Now I have an unlimited plan, so actually it's like $2 less. So go me. But I don't think any of the other videos that I shoot will be until after. And I don't plan on doing any editing at field day. So.
Oh no, I gotta edit.
This will be good.
There's too much drinking, shooting, and ham radio to be in front of my computer editing.
I gotta get a video out Monday for it, so I want to get a video out.
Dozens of people are waiting for the video.
Yeah, this is gonna get tens and tens of views.
When I travel, sometimes I try and post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes I miss a day or two. It is what it is. Who cares?
Josh is going to buy the Dune Star website. He's bringing it up right now.
Yep.
Oh, no, never mind.
He's like, Leia, you are CEO now.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, your kid's bothering you, I think.
No, I'll be right back.
That's funny. But, yeah, I got to test my freaking Starlink and see if I can. I've got it here. I need to. I can't find my.
Please make sure that's working.
Yeah.
Because we got to watch something that's not Bob related, and since he's not there taking up the bandwidth for the 6 streams he's watching at once and sleeping through.
Yes.
Mike's laughing because he knows it's true. It's true.
That's all Bob does is sit inside and watch YouTube.
I know.
You're just like, why is that TV on and your laptop's on and your phone's on and your tablet's on and something
sleeping.
else? And
he's
out.
asleep. Yeah. Yep. That is true. So, yep. It's going to be a fun weekend. I always look forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
It always is. Yeah. I'm probably going to wake up like really early on Thursday just to get out there because I'm excited. It's a great time,
Yeah, totally. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably be out there Thursday lunchtime, something like that.
Yeah, I might be there.
We've got some construction going on in our house right now. We're having our den remodeled, and
your den,
our downstairs where our main TV room is.
Do people still call it that? I haven't heard that term.
We have 2 living areas. We call one the living room and one the den. I mean, I don't know.
But I like that old-fashioned wood style that you.
No, we hated that.
No, that's terrible.
When we bought the house, it was like that. We hated that. That was the first thing we said we were going to change. It's been 20 freaking years. We're finally changing it. So it should be really nice. Yeah, it should be really nice. But all that construction is going on. They're supposed to be done by like a week from tomorrow. So I got to figure out how that's going to fit into my field day schedule. But I'll probably leave somewhere around late morning, something like there. Try to be there by lunchtime or something. But that's, we'll see.
I don't know how I'm going to pack everything.
I know, right?
I've got a lot of stuff. Well, all these batteries.
Do you have to bring all?
I just have so many radios and so many antennas. That
Mike is the batteries, man.
I've been ordering parts to make like a really big box, but I don't know. I don't know. Like,
you're gonna bring all that?
I probably won't have anything done by field day.
Okay.
We
won't need it, but I mean, I know you want to play with it, which is cool, but
I might just end up bringing one of the bigger batteries.
Okay.
And using that. because I don't even have an extra charge controller. I was looking through all my crap. I mean, I do, but it's like this Bouge RV. It's like a 10 amp charge controller, and
oh yuck.
It was
At
like
least get a
$18.
Renergy or something.
No, I've got Bioenos in all my
okay.
in all my battery boxes, but I have. Well, here I'll show you guys if you don't.
I've got a 60 amp Renergy.
There's a
Satan.
couple.
Hail Satan.
There's a couple 300 amp hour batteries there, and there's a couple 100 amp batteries. And I just got that.
He's building a little altar to Baal.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's my altar to Kevin from Bio.
yeah.
I just got that 0 gauge wire today. I got some other stuff, so
I'm gonna have to hook you up with Jehu Garcia.
Dude, I love him, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, so I want to build a 600 amp hour battery box.
Sure.
Because why not?
I can power the power.
The problem is like how
everything.
I need to really think about how I would actually design it. I don't even know. Like, it's got to have wheels. Each one of those 300 amp hour batteries is 78 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, I don't do maths on live streams, but that's close to what, 160 pounds.
Yeah.
Which I can lift 160 pounds. I'm pretty sure, but
pounds.
Got to be in a wheeled case.
Yeah.
Like one of those
468 pounds. If you said 78 and you wanted 6 of them.
No.
All
right.
It's 2.
We're definitely not doing Frank math on a live stream.
But 2. But you said 600 amp hours.
600 amp hours.
Yeah,
the 2 big batteries are 300 amp hours.
300 times 2.
If I put 2 of those together, that's 600.
I thought you meant 100 amp hours.
Well, yes, but 6 of them.
You'd still be around the same weight.
So Dennis's mind is running right now. He says unlimited power. So we're gonna see a 600 amp Denko battery this time next month. I'm guessing.
He's gonna do 700 just to
local
700.
Local pickup.
He'll probably do 601 amp hours.
So I don't know how I'm gonna build it. I don't even know how. Because I would like to be able to use these batteries if just everybody wants to plug into these for their radios.
Yeah,
that'll power all our stations.
I bet it would.
Yeah,
you think for the little bit of radio?
Well, it'll depend on the number of radios and how much they draw.
We're gonna
have capacity over draw.
3 radios.
Well, yeah,
I think
4.
4? Are we gonna have 4?
4 radios, 100 watts. The draw is going to be interesting. That's actually
not
an interesting
Yeah,
sideband.
That's probably true.
Sideband,
but I'm sure I like we did a lot of FT8 at the Plaque event a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
that was unreal. How much FT8 every time I looked at y'all you were doing. And
I suspect we'll probably be doing more of that just because it's easier, and a lot of times we're just shooting the breeze, hanging out. Like field day for us is not like. I mean, I've said this for years. Like field day is every day because I do POTA.
Mm-hmm.
So field day itself isn't as special to me anymore because it's just another day. It's field day is more a time to get together with your buddies and it's the camaraderie, it's the camping, it's the shooting, it's the smoking and joking as you were, that kind of food.
Yes.
Food. So it's just about having a good time, But yeah, I've never done FT8 for field day, so I'm actually looking forward to doing that. And
Ham Radio Crusader says you could APRS for 6 years with 600 amp hours. That's a damn good idea.
That is a good point.
That is a really good idea. You could probably do like a 1 kW 6 meter APRS beacon. Just, hump 1 kW on 2 meters.
I would need an amp. I don't have an amp. So the reason I got these, Kevin is going to sponsor this from Bioeno. Sideboom and I've told this story before, but Sideboom and I have been talking for like over a year now, probably since I moved to Texas. He's got this 1,000-watt amp, and we've been wanting to do this. And screw you, Josh, for doing this before me.
Haha, because I got a truck with all the power in it.
Yeah, and you've got that awesome amp. So we want to do a 1,000-watt POTA activation. We're going to bring out the DX Commander. We need power. So Kevin was kind enough to sponsor this endeavor. And he was like, I'm curious to see what they'll do too. So
it's really the antenna is the question that comes up when you start talking about doing 1,000 watts POTA. What antenna are you going to use?
The DX Commander.
That's true. It should be able to take. I mean,
Callum's tested it like
right.
1,600, 2,000 watts or something. Key down for a minute, and it didn't even phase it. So, it's DX Commander is a high power antenna.
I couldn't do that at the beach though, in the parking lot with everybody running around.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Don't do that RF field test.
Yeah.
And you're fine.
Just don't do that. Just skip that part.
Ria's here. Don't.
Yeah, Ria's here though. Yeah.
She's not with the ARL anymore.
She's not with the
it doesn't
ARL
matter. She's keeping us honest.
Yeah.
Do your RF exposure evaluation, no matter how much BS it is.
Well, I've got a bunch of messy and polony cable I've got plenty to keep the antenna far away. So from us, anyway, I can't say anything about the pedestrians, but.
Because nothing's worse than when you wake up in the morning, you're like, "Hey, my eyes don't work right anymore."
I guess that's the thing.
Oh yeah, at certain frequencies, your eyeballs are going to be the first thing that gets hit.
Probably not HF though.
Depends on the frequencies you're talking about.
Yeah.
Higher side,
microwave
sure.
Maybe.
No, higher.
No, Mike. The funny thing is that according to the charts, HF is actually worse than some VHF frequencies. So it goes like this, and then it goes down in some VHF range, and then it shoots straight back up for microwaves. Yeah.
Well, mayhap will exercise a tiny bit of caution.
Yeah.
But it can't be, I mean...
Tiny bit.
What, 30, 50 feet maybe? Something like that?
Yeah, I mean,
just
be consider.
Okay.
Honestly,
you were running 800 watts, and you were in the bed of your truck.
Yeah, but I mean, but I was also running 20 meters. I wasn't at a frequency.
Yeah,
again.
We'll probably be on 20 or 15.
And I know
20.
everybody's like, "Oh, you didn't do the calculations right." I did the calculations right. I did test higher frequency. I got well away from it, and there was nobody around. But at 800 watts at that frequency, you were about 5 or 6 feet from the antenna, which I was well away from that.
Yeah.
It was fine.
We're fine.
Well, the other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. The other thing too is that the MPE limits are like really conservative. Like I mentioned in the chat, that Apple has like this iPhone next to your brain, and the reason they get away with that
running
is
at
they have
multiple
more precise
gigahertz.
measurement.
Yeah.
They have they use SAR testing, which is more precise.
Yeah. I've got enough coax to get us.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Mike.
We've got plenty of room out there. That's not a problem.
I will just overlay in the video Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone the whole time, and
there you go.
Just in case, we'll scatter your ashes in one of these parks. Okay.
That's right.
The thing to remember about eyeballs is that like your body really doesn't even acknowledge them as things a lot of times. Like eyeballs are a really like complicated thing with the human body, and they're really susceptible to stuff like shoving RF into them. So just seriously, just be cautious. Just be cautious about what you're doing.
I want to know where your research is coming from, Josh, on that one.
All right. Well, let's put an end to the fun police.
Wait, I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link.
Please.
We're gonna have some fun.
Interesting. I want to.
We're gonna have some fun. Okay.
Yeah, do that.
That's the.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Who's Frederick Schmarzer?
Freddie McGuire. Use your big words, Frank.
He's that's Ham Radio Crusader. He's in the chat. He's good.
Why is it Ham Radio Crusader?
So I have awesome I don't know. That's his Zoom name. Don't worry about it. So I have about 500 amp hours of EcoFlow that I'll be bringing to the Deer Lease. But I think that's going to be for all of the other things and not for radio. So
wait, you don't measure batteries and amp hours.
I know.
Watt hours.
I know.
Which is that?
Other things. I took
6,048 watt hours divided by 12. It's 504. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've got the Delta 2 Max Pro, or Delta 2 Pro Max, whichever one it's called.
Delta 2 Max.
So yeah.
Thing's
pretty cool. That thing is pretty cool. I'm gonna take that out to. I took an amp to POTA like 2 years ago when we went out to Outer Banks with a Ham Radio Adventure Club. I took my KPA 500 out there, and that's I've told this story before. That's the story I tell where I was operating sideband. It was great, and then N8YO sat down in front of the radio and started operating CW, and my amp was being run from my small generator, and you could hear the Morse code on the generator when it would bog down the RPMs as he was tapping out Morse code. So it would be like, burn, 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 burn. It was freaking awesome. But yeah, we were pushing about 550 watts from that KPA 500 off the IC 7300 into the Buddy Hex from a park. And I'm like, that was fun. I got to do that again. So I'm going to use my EcoFlow to take out to a park probably next month sometime and try to see how long that'll last. It's going to be a double test. A test for POTA at the park and a test for how well that EcoFlow performs with an amp running behind it. But I think it'll do great. I think it'll do just fine. So.
Yeah, I've used it's 120. So I run my my setup with the Power Genius on. Actually, I run on Power Kits now, and it's fine. But
with the Power is the Power Genius 120?
So it can
110 or
right. Well, I have Power Kits and I have 240 volts wired to my house.
Yeah. Well, to your house, sure. Yeah, but I'm talking about like a portable setup.
Yes, you can use the Power Genius on 120. And
okay.
You can use it on 120, but you only get like 800 watts out of it.
Yeah. See, the KPA 500 is 110 only, 120 only, but it's only 550 watts. It's not a high-powered amplifier. So,
yeah. So the switching power supply will, it'll detect, and the way it does it, the internals is that it will, basically pad an attenuator input. So
yeah, cool. Good. Well, that'd be fun. Freddie, what's up, dude?
Hey, not much, guys. How are y'all doing?
You got a freaking great shirt on tonight.
That's the only way he.
I was about to say, man.
I didn't plan that. Shirt. I did not plan that. That was not me.
Shirt. I've been wearing it all day.
Hey, I rewatched Hayden's view of his video where he's walking down the stairs and meets us, and Josh was quick to point out that he was wearing an HRCC t-shirt. So you got to take the shots where you get
Of course.
I mean, you got to grab the shots when they're there, man. Come on. That was awesome to see from Hayden's perspective. That whole thing with us down in the basement and him walking down the stairs was pretty cool.
I didn't see Hayden's video.
It's on his channel. It's an uploaded video on his channel. What's up, Freddie? How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. It's been a long day at work and spending some time with the grandkids tonight. And
cool.
I'm wore out, frankly, actually.
I bet you are, yeah.
But been trying to get some things done. Got 14 days to retirement. 14 days.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Almost there. I mean,
very
like
cool.
Getting really close to the finish line, and it's been busier than it has the last 33 years.
Wow.
Because they know I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So that
doesn't matter. They're going to call you after you leave. It doesn't matter. They'll call you after you leave.
Yeah.
Is that 14 working days or just 2 weeks?
14 actual. July 1st is technically the last day, and it's a Saturday, so I'll be off nonetheless. But
you just come back as a contractor and make 4 times as more.
Right.
Ironically enough, that's in the works. So it may very well happen come August 1st, a couple of days a week and some side contract stuff. So we'll see what happens.
My wife wants to do that. She's looking at early retirement, and she's like, I could do contract work and make more money. I'm like, let's go. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
That's where it's
awesome.
at.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. What are you doing for field day, man?
Man, I tell you what, me and my cousin coordinate our family reunion every year, and it always falls the first weekend after Father's Day. So this is where we're going to be this year. Now, I'm going to try to slowly work someone else into my responsibilities for next year. Because normally we go up to Tulsa, up to Woodward Park, and join the TARC for field day. So not this year, I'm afraid.
There was one year that my wife's family reunion actually was on. It moves around sometimes, and it's usually in. Well, they had it for several years in August, and we were always wanting to move it back to June because it's so hot in August. And after we moved it back to June, there was one year that it was field day weekend. Ever since then, it's been early June. But that year, I took my Maestro with me, so I just clicked up the Maestro, operated it right back home to that radio sitting right there. I was like, hey, I made like 70 or 80 contacts. It wasn't much, but I participated in field day. So I was real happy. that year.
It's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Well,
cool. Thanks for joining, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You bet.
It's a bucket list item for me. So nonetheless, it's going to be a good day.
There you go. Awesome.
Working on a series of all-star videos. I'm trying to do something from beginning to end, and I've got 3 of them in, all ready to drop after 1st of July. So just looking for that.
All-star?
Really?
Yeah.
All-star.
All-star.
That's that thing that you need to build and never have, Frank.
I built.
Kind of like my DX Commander for me.
It does not work
for you.
Next time I see Don, I'll fix it. I'm done with this.
I guess you.
No, I'm working on Arden, man. Arden's awesome. I love Arden.
Arden's fun. Arden's fun to tinker with. Yeah.
The Art Star's cool, but the thing that fails with All-Star hotspots and other like little networks like that is it really ham radio when I'm transmitting microwatts to a thing that is right here? And it's amateur radio between me and the thing that's only a couple feet away.
Yes.
The answer is yes, but not a lot.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But barely.
Yes.
So
no, it's really amateur radio.
It is. It is.
Yeah. You're talking about micro and milliwatts. What the hell do you think QRP is? We got a whole group of people that won't operate anything.
Yeah, but that transmits.
It is not watts. QRP is not watts. QRP means low power.
Watts.
There's not a number on it.
But that is still transmitting over distance versus if you're doing a digital conversion, it is ham radio up until the point that it hits your little doohickey that connects to the internet. That's the reality of it.
I don't know. I guess that means APRS isn't real ham radio then either.
It is if it's point to point
or WinLink.
If it's point to point, it is absolutely, and a lot of people enjoy
point
that.
To point, but it's a lot of the hotspots. I see the usefulness.
Wait.
Usefulness in some situations, but
so let me say something. Just because something connects to the internet and makes you enjoy it more doesn't mean it's bad. And to say it's like not truly ham radio, there's nothing wrong with saying that. It's like, yeah, it leverages the internet, but it's still super fun and you should still do it. You should just know that going in. That's all I'm saying.
Right,
it's
yeah,
super fun.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm not
I
taking
used to
anything away from it. Like, there's no reason to get upset about it. It's like, yeah, it highly leverages the internet.
Right.
But guess what? We highly leverage the internet with everything. And isn't that great about ham radio that we can integrate it with the internet? That's the best part about this kind of stuff.
I used to get a lot of comments on my DMR videos. This was a long time. People have pretty much come around on this. But I used to get comments all the time on DMR saying, well, yeah, but DMR is not real ham radio because you can't use it without the internet. I'm like, yes, you can. You can use DMR simplex just the same way you can use simplex on any other mode in the world.
I use DMR in my search and rescue group. We have DMR repeaters, and they're all local. And we have DMR simplex frequencies. We can use we can talk on the same frequency on 2 different simplex on 2 different time groups. There is usefulness in that, but the hotspots, really? I'm just like, it's right there.
Well, hey, don't get me wrong.
It enhances the existing mode.
Now, for everybody that lives in a small town where there's one repeater and the guy who owns it's kind of a jerk and you don't really jive with everybody on that repeater, and we all know you're probably that person. There's probably somebody watching right now.
That's right.
So you know what? A hotspot is the best answer, and I'm not taking anything away from that. Right. Anything at all, right?
No.
That's the point, right? It's anybody who puts like hey, this is good and that's bad. That's not what I'm doing. I just want you to understand the reality of it. The reality of it, highly internet leverage, but often better than the tools who won't let you talk on their repeater because that's their space in the free air that you're all living in that have a big attitude when you go on there. There's a ton of people that have that problem. Get on your Pi-Star, get on your open spot, enjoy your radio.
I don't really think that Frank believes all that crap he's saying. I think he just is pissed that he can't get his All-Star number.
No, it is amateur radio.
Cheers, Jason. Cheers. Cheers.
I got my worked all states over DMR. What are you talking about?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I got DXCC over DMR. Come on.
I got 3 hotspots up and running.
Yeah. No, Frank, you need All-Star, man. All-Star's fun. Don't give up your HF radio for it, but my God, it's freaking fun. It's a great mode.
How do people link repeaters over the internet? They're not doing microwave linking. Some do, and that's hardcore, and that deserves respect and shout out.
It does.
But most of them are internet linked, and you know what?
System,
that's cool too.
There's a system in North Texas called the NCTC, North Central Texas Connect. They used to have literally three machines at every repeater site. The repeater itself, a transmit and a receive to link to for RF linking between the spot. They've linked everything via All-Star now because they got tired of doing maintenance on three repeaters at every site, and they had like 20 repeater sites, 25 repeater sites. So they had like 75,
has a
80
huge link repeater system.
Amanda,
them too.
It's not high on my list. I'd rather play with Arden and HF and other things. When All-Star is sitting like just right there, it's not like.
And that's great. So Amanda, Ham Nation Amanda, she got an ARDC, grant for her club, right? And they now have microwave linked repeaters up and down Colorado.
Yeah. Now that's cool.
That's
microwave.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Well, I maybe I'm misspeaking. They are RF linked. I might have misspoke saying they're microwave linked. They're RF.
Yeah,
linked.
they're RF linked. Yeah, they might be. It might be 220.
Maybe, who knows? I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be. I'm not. I know the factual is RF linked is the point.
Yeah,
That's the point.
RF linked. Yeah, it's fun to be on All-Star, Frank. That's why I keep telling you need to join All-Star so you can keep up with this one.
And the audio quality is good. All-Star has good audio quality. It's good stuff. Can't.
It's really easy to use too.
Just know what you're doing. That's all.
It is easy.
That's the whole point.
It was pretty cool that what you did with Jason running All-Star on the. What service was it in the cloud? You were doing cloud computing with it. Mm-hmm. Was it on Azure? Was it Amazon or
no? It was DreamHost.
DreamHost. You were running on DreamHost.
I've had DreamHost as my web host for like 20 years, and I just purchased a new VPS virtual private server from their data center that I spun up a new version of Debian on and installed ASL on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all we did it all on a live stream. Kyle was with me, and we just installed All-Star on a Debian server in the cloud. So totally doable. And now and it hasn't dropped since then. It's amazing how much better a cloud server in a data center on a triple redundant backup system.
Someone else's computer
than a Pi 2 sitting right there underneath my desk. It's amazing how much better it works. So
Don in the chat says Frank is just upset there's no one else to exchange Argent packets with him. I was like, I have 4 nodes in my house running right now. I don't need anyone to exchange packets.
I mean,
with.
if you I mean, Arden often relies on the internet also. So let's call a spade here.
No, but the main point of Arden is to have a mesh network across a city that only one node.
Here in the flatlands, it's not that practical. California has a really good RF Arden network. Yeah.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Because
but here in the flatlands,
super node on a mountain, and it gets everybody.
Yeah.
Why is it bad in the flatlands? Isn't the flatlands?
Because nobody has a node up. Because we don't have mountains here to put nodes on top.
They can't propagate.
But you have flatlands, so you theoretically don't have mountains to go over.
They can't resonate, radiate,
but
propagate.
Then that takes people actually putting effort into putting Arden nodes on towers.
Okay.
And we're talking about ham radio operators here. So
really quick, Mark Wolf, thank you very much for the offer. K Booty, my favorite booty of the amateur radio booties. Has sent me actually 2 All-Star nodes. The first one leverages the Alinco, which I love, but I had nothing but problems getting that thing running. And so now he did send me a Shari, and I do need to do it. And there will be a video.
Sharis are really, really good. I messed mine up, and that's why it's not running at the house.
Yeah.
So there's the truth.
The first one I built was the Remelenko. It's right there, actually.
And Don has offered several times to fix mine. I just need to take it up on it.
Yeah. That deserves, a mention too. So Arden, if you're doing Arden with a tunnel, that's tunneled over the internet.
Correct.
That is
so
tunneled.
It's the same. It's if you want to get all highbrow with your ham radio, right?
Correct.
Like that's also fits into that like not true ham radio, right? So that's why I have a 5 gigahertz antenna on my roof with an Arden pointing to Mount Wilson at some huge elevation. Yeah. It was, but Mount Wilson had a problem.
I only got myself.
Guess what?
The one
because
over there,
that one
the one
repeater went
downstairs.
down, I lost all connection to everybody, right? So that happens. That's the reality
that
of
happens.
it.
Yep.
That's
yep.
the truth.
That's still why you need to promote Arden, because you have the super nodes, and those super nodes are not meant to be your backbone. They're meant to help establish the network. And once the network gets established, your backbone or their super node will go down. And all the other interconnector nodes will just work. And that's
Frank,
beautiful.
you're spot on. But I mean okay, so this deserves, this is a huge point in ham radio, guys. It's
Frank,
a marathon.
We're an hour and 45 minutes into this live stream, just starting this.
This is beautiful, Frank. It's Frank, you know this. Everybody on this chat knows this. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So there's always a way to improve your station, a better antenna. I'm gonna get it up higher. I'm gonna have that super node like Frank's mentioned for Arden, but then I'm gonna have like a nice omnidirectional thing around me to bring everybody into what I'm doing and propagate them. Those are all plans upon plans that you build upon. And if you're always thinking that way, then you've always got something new and interesting and fun to do in this hobby, which is, just awesome. That's what it's all about.
Right.
I don't know. This became the Mentor Frank section here. Of the
it's because I keep telling it's because I keep telling Frank he needs to get on All-Star with the rest of us, and he's trying to make excuses. Kind of like me with building my DX Commander. He's trying to make excuses why he hadn't done it yet.
Now, Jason probably could attest to this. So, I can hold a candle to the Molson rants on several key subjects.
It's true.
I don't choose not to stand on the soapbox because of
I'll say this about
I already drank half of whiskey.
Oh, that's why. That's why we're here right now. That's really why we're here.
I'll say this about the internet too. People
please
say
something about the internet. Let's do it.
What if the internet goes down?
It's filled with gambling and porn and
that
All-Star's gone.
That has
no
never
more
happened.
All-Star.
That has never happened because the internet does not go down everywhere. It goes down in areas.
Not yet. Watch
it goes down in areas.
There's a way to shut
I'm not saying
down.
I didn't say it couldn't happen. That's not what I said. I said it has never happened.
Not until the day that Chat GPT becomes
correct.
Self-aware.
Yeah. Well, when when Skynet becomes self-aware, that's a different story. But it's just never. It's never. When hurricanes and cyclones and 9/11 type situations happen, the internet goes down in an area, but it's not down everywhere. So the internet's never gone down. So having an internet-assisted ham radio, it's not POTA, it's not HF. HF is still the coolest thing. The most fun, the most fun I've ever had in ham radio was going to Costa Rica and working as the DX station. It was awesome. 15 meters all day long.
Jealous of that experience.
12, 13 hours sitting down in a chair working 15 meters all day long. It's awesome. And I love that. I do. That's my favorite thing to do in ham radio. But I don't want to discount all the stuff you connect over the internet. Also, we also had in Costa Rica, I brought my DMR hotspot with me. And I was connected to people at home. So, talking to them on VHF. So it was all good. But yeah, it's just my opinion. I mean.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but also it's like the ham radio aspect of it is like RF that's under a control, right? That's the way I look at it.
Right. Yeah.
And at some point it turns into something that's kind of like out of our control. And once you lose that a little bit, then it's like okay, then it's a color of gray. It's not.
That's true.
It's not black and white. It's a grayish color. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know what it is. Just don't don't try and say like this one's better than the other. I'm not saying that. No one else should say that. It's just that's what it is. Just know it going in.
It's another facet of the hobby that you can explore.
Charlie's got it down. If internet goes down, I'll just use 5G on my phone.
That's it. And all the hams are sitting here thinking, I hope the power goes out.
Right. Yeah.
By time to shine.
I've got 600 amp hours worth of battery. I could last for a week and a half. The power goes out. Charlie came by the trailer at Hamvention, and he's like, boy, you guys are serious about your battery boxes because between me and Mike, we had like 6 of them there.
I saw like the pile. I just kept plugging things into it. I'm like, I'm just going to charge all the things. Just
Charlie's like,
everything.
My phone's on 4%. Can I charge it? I'm like, take your pick, dude.
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Go. Yeah.
And then Barb's
this is why I want the power to go out right here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Amen.
Wow.
Yes,
that is crazy.
Jesus Christ.
That's terrible.
What's your average noise floor there? 8? Or is it showing a 9 right now?
No, this is like 10 over.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah.
40 meters. There? Not great.
Oh.
No. I mean, that's with the ref all the way up, but.
So then, stay tuned to the Ham Radio 2.0 happy hour when we're all 20 years older and we're living in the middle of nowhere and all of our live streams are 0 and we're all just like, that's great. It's like, this is the best. I should have done this 20 years ago.
Are you kidding? By 20 years from now, there'll be gigabit Ethernet in the middle of the woods somewhere. You'll be able to go live, and I mean, no, come on.
We will be Starlink.
Yeah, we will be Starlink in 20 years. Well, in fact, I'm going to commission ARDC. We need to put up a ham radio Starlink system. Boom, make it happen. Let's go.
Ooh.
Yeah, channel -2. Let's do it. All in the sky.
God, there would be so many hams would be pissed
it's actually
about
not.
that.
It's actually
if you
not a
did
bad
that,
idea.
so many hams would be so mad though. They'd be so mad.
Why not?
Yeah. Why can't we just get a geocentric
again, yes. Yes.
Why don't we start small first?
Rhea has to go to Germany to get access to a proper geo satellite. We need a geo satellite.
It's true.
We need that.
It's true.
Yeah, I kind of know somebody who was kind of in the position
I know a guy.
to make one. I know a
Yeah.
guy. I know a guy. I'm in Jersey. I know everybody.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. So So I don't know. It's a possibility. I don't know when it'll happen, but it's always a possibility.
It needs to happen to be good.
It does.
So, all right, guys, let's start to wind this down. We've been going almost 2 hours. That's
the
great.
The gauntlets were just thrown down the last
I still got my radio set up on the porch. I'm gonna go play some radio.
Play some radio,
dude. I want a cigar.
Fixing to. Yeah, the cigar I had earlier.
Fixing. You're fixing.
What did you just have, Mike?
So I had it was just a Drew Estates factory smoke.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It was one of the sweet ones. No, they're good. They're good everyday smoke. But this thing, so I got a humidor, and I'm still trying to get it to like stay at the right humidity. So I finally just put all my cigars in that, but it kept canoeing, and it was a pain in the ass. I was not enjoying it.
It's too humid.
Does Cigar Oasis still exist? Does Cigar Oasis still exist?
Probably.
It's the little box that you put in the
trying
humidor
to keep.
that
I'm
controls
trying
yes.
to get, so right now, so like I seasoned the wood and stuff,
those.
and I did everything that everybody said, but the humidity was just way high. So now I have 0 humidifiers in the humidor, and then I put all my cigars in it yesterday, I feel, and it's sitting at 69. Well, depending on which hygrometer I look at, but I bought one and I calibrated it. So the one that's calibrated, I just looked earlier. It said like 71. So it's just kind of, I don't know. I think I'm going to return this humidor. Actually, I'm not happy with it, but yeah, it was a sweet cigar. Like it was dipped in something. And I don't know why I don't have a sweet tooth, but I was craving it. So like 6 o'clock today, I went out and set up my radio and played some FT8 and had that. And I kept having to touch it up and fix the canoeing and stuff. So it was not an enjoyable smoke. Plus it was 105 degrees on my porch.
Yeah.
Literally.
That'll draw the humidity out of them pretty
fast.
Not in Houston.
No, that's true. Not in Houston, it won't.
It's I'm looking at my weather station. It's 87 and 78% humidity right now. So
Oof.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
that's Houston. That's why you don't live in Houston, man.
No, I love it. But the AC is actually at 74 right now. But depending on so this is the hottest room in the house, and my weather station says 82 in here. So I might move the humidor around a little bit. I think I'm just going to return it though. But it's because it was too humid, I think. And
if they canoe like that, that means they're too.
Because I have a bunch of the Drew Estates factory smokes. They're great. They're like $3, and you know it's just a good everyday cigar. Because I don't want to smoke a $10-15 cigar every day. You know.
Right. So. Totally. Cool.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, let's go around the room, talk about what's coming up on your channel. So, Josh, you're at the top corner.
Oh,
so
thank
go
you.
Ahead.
Podcast, I have to record it tonight. I took my kid to Bring Your Kid to Work today at work. So I didn't want to stay up until 2 a.m. doing the podcast. So we're doing that tonight. Leigh and I will be out there recording. Live stream tomorrow is going to be the Sark track. Again, it's coming back. I have it working.
I saw your
alert.
I saw your Instagram reel yesterday.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. The solution is Ham Radio Deluxe. Ham Radio Deluxe works it completely without issue. It's going to be It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. The best ham radio tracker ever. And then, of course, next week. Actually, we already talked about San Clemente. I'm going to put out a video next week on common antennas. I did a whole. Now that I have the Lightning with the NMO mount, I'm doing a whole series on NMO mount antennas for mobile users. So Comet is the first brand I'm going to hit. Then I'm going to hit all the others. We do obviously hit Signal Stock on that list. So look for that video. And I've got like some others that I got to post too. So hopefully I get that all done next week, but who knows? Who knows?
I've got a follow-up to my SBitX. That I'm posting probably Monday. So I got the update to work. I emailed Ashar about the problem we had on the live stream, and he was very responsive to it. So very
cool.
forthcoming with the information. So
I also have one, and Ashar has been very proactive in responding to my problems.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. But there will be a video forthwith on that.
All my problems were the only problem I had was the update. Everything else has worked fine so far. So, but I haven't taken it out to the field yet. So
it's POTA ready if you think about it. Like
it is.
If you got it set up, should be good.
So good deal.
Thank
Kyle,
you.
what's coming up for you?
Thank you, Jason. By the way, thank you for doing the live stream.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I got a video dropping on Sunday. I think it's using fast log entry for POTA entry.
Okay.
So if you do paper logs and you want to do POTA. Upload into the POTA website through fast log entry. Got a video on that. Monday night, I got a live stream with, I think his name's Jeremy. His first name's Jeremy, but Tuflin antennas.
Oh, yeah. Two-tone antennas, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk to Jeremy about some of his antennas. And then on Thursday, I've got a Flex-centric stream. We're going to set up WK Flex, which is the CW keyer, the remote CW keyer for Flex. There seems to be a lot of confusion around remote CW operation, so hopefully we can get that up and running and make some contacts. And then, on the 26th, which is every other Monday night, I host the new CW operator stream, and we're going to talk about Field Day.
Oh.
So that's what I got.
Cool.
Coming up on the channel. So everyone go out. I'm going to do CW during Field Day. If you can work me, that's great. If not, we'll catch up sometime else.
I should be on your new CW operator stream because there's no one newer at it than I am. So let's just
yes.
call a spade here. I've got this really heavy ZN9ZX N3ZN key here.
Yeah.
That's just itching to be used. So
I gave a presentation to the Northern California Contest Club about Node Red and the future of contesting, and gave my thoughts and opinions. Sterling and I kind of got together a long time ago and kind of did if you go to my channel and type in contest modernization, you'll see Sterling and I rapping about what we think the future of contesting looks like. And we sat there after the stream was over, we sat for another 3 hours and talked about the future and what it looks like. And there were some salty hams in that Zoom, a bunch of curmudgeons that just didn't want to have any ideas. Wasn't open to any of ideas of what the future might look like, of what the youth are thinking. Whenever I say youth, I'm like 50 and under, right?
The youths.
It's like 50 and under, right? Is
the youths.
The people that we don't want to contest for 48 hours. We want to do contesting in sprints, right? Our attention spans are small. The rules that govern contests today don't work for us. We want new rules, and I think I'm going to do
rules?
No, we're not going to get into it.
Yeah,
okay.
We're not doing deep dives.
I'm interested. I want to dig in. Now let's go.
Well, then watch Kyle's live stream.
Right. So I think I'm going to put together a series of live streams we spun up a groups IO, a few of us, and we're going to talk about ideas on what can contesting be in the future and how can technology help bring people to contesting and integrate technology, because I feel like we're stuck in the dark ages with contesting on there's so many cool things that we could be doing, but we're not doing it.
This is Sterling's plant to like try and live stream commentary a contest.
Well, yeah, and it goes beyond that. You know, like some of the ideas that we were discussing on that Zoom. So if you search for NCCC and my call sign, it's out on YouTube. You're gonna have to go out and find it, but go to like 3/4 of the way through, and they recorded some of it. And you'll hear some of my thoughts and whatnot. And then the discussion continued for another 2 hours after that, and they cut the recording off. But go and watch that live stream at the end where we're discussing some of there's a bunch of curmudgeons in there that, you know, we were trying to, like, you know, it's almost like a jury pool, right? You're trying to convince somebody to be like, hey, this is a good idea. You should do it. But I think that we need to get the word out, and the way that we can do that is by literally live streaming, having Zooms and having roundtables about what the future of contesting look like and what we can do with technology today. And it gets to the point where you can have contests and the old curmudgeons can do their thing that they want to do on CQ Worldwide. We'll just make our own rules and we'll participate in our own contest. We'll just use your contacts and you being on the air and your exchanges, but we're just not going to submit a record or a Cabrillo file to your contest. We're going to submit a Cabrillo file to my own contest.
That's
but we're gonna
spicy.
We're gonna overlay our contest on your contest, but I don't need you. I need you to participate, but I don't need you to submit your log, because I just need your contacts. Like for CQ Worldwide, you can get on the air. I'll make a contact, but I'm participating under my own rules.
We just need to pool our money together and buy 10 acres of land in like Chile or Honduras and put up a big tower with 5,000 watts.
Yeah.
With a flex. And
then we say it's an Italian station.
Right. Yeah. And then we just remote into that and key down 5,000 watts and call CQDX and work all the stations you want just every day.
Meta contesting.
Awesome.
Meta
contesting.
They can have their contest. Go ahead and contest, but I'm going to contact you like I would be playing in your contest, but I'm playing by my own rules. So whenever they come and say, "Hey, you can't sell spot because you're single operator," screw you. I'm not playing by your rules. I'm playing by my rules.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Well, I look forward to seeing that, Kyle.
So we're gonna
my waving flag. We've been going so long. My waving flag changed to a bird-eating bird seed. I don't know.
It's literally a bird. It's literally a bird.
Literally, yeah. Mike, what's coming up on your channel?
Be looking for that.
I will be.
There helps when I'm not muted.
Yeah.
Videos.
Good.
I shot next week's Monday video today, and I've got a ridiculous new HT antenna to look at. I think I just got this yesterday or the day before, this new TID radio HT that I've been playing with. It's actually pretty cool. I like it. Some other things that I can't think of. Satan will be supervising, of course. He's taking a nap right now. But
Good.
Little guy's tuckered out. He's been sleeping all day.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like my dogs.
Yeah.
They get really worn out of laying on the bed all day.
Yeah. And then, obviously with the batteries, as soon as I figure out what the hell I'm going to do with them, I'm going to do some kind of video.
That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to you, and whenever you and Ryan, you told me that I could come down and watch you guys.
So me and Sideboom have been playing this, but more.
Sideboom, I was thinking Ryan. Yeah.
Well, he'll be there too. Yeah.
Well, he's. They're both. I'm thinking other Ryan. There's two Ryans. Sideboom's one of
them. But more just like what I'm gonna do with these batteries.
Yeah.
To be more useful than just a battery sitting in the in the corner of my room.
Some way to make them semi-portable.
Yeah, like I'm thinking bigger, like what because they're I mean, they're big freaking batteries. So like, what can we do other than just for ham radio? Because I've got this 1/0 gauge wire here now for like high capacity stuff, you know, high current. But you know, for just ham radio, I can just hook up like 12 gauge wire. It look ridiculous, but you know. So the ideas are turning in the head, just like what I want to do with them. So I'll be excited to come out, like building your box. The Mega Geek, as I called it, was a fun build. That took us a few months just to find a box to put it in.
Correct.
And then
and now I've got a bigger battery. I need one for.
Oh Jesus! Well, let me.
I think I have a box. I think I.
What do you have?
100 amp. That 100 amp mini from Red Odo.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit larger than the 50.
That'll
not
fit,
that much
that'll
larger.
fit in the same box then.
I bet that it will.
If it's not any taller.
It is taller. It's not as deep, and it's about the same length, but it's taller than the 50 amp hour is.
Yeah, I don't think that box will work then.
Yeah, I gotta check it and see. Well, thanks for being here, bud.
Hey, thanks for having us, buddy.
We'll see you next weekend for sure.
See you Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Oh.
Frank, what's coming up for you?
Coming up for me, we are setting up the Arden Mesh Network to run on N3FJP. I said that right. I keep saying T, but it's P. But I get that going on Arden, and that'd be Monday's video to get us all ready for field day, summer field day, and then the rest of the week I am going to be getting ready to come out on Thursday to hang out with y'all and have a awesome weekend to put my feet up and relax. I say that.
So you're releasing a video on Monday about setting up Arden for field day?
Yes. Monday.
Nice.
I just finished rendering it. I need to make the thumbnail and get all the other accoutrements.
Awesome. Cool.
Things.
We look forward to it. Yeah. We're gonna have a relaxing weekend next weekend.
Accoutrements. I've been drinking. I'm trying to hit the $10 words.
Rhea, what's coming up on your channel?
Well, so I'm going to be doing some reports from Ham Radio Friedrichshafen, and that's a major thing. I have a few other things. I have one thing that I'm continuing. Believe it or not, people have been asking me about my radio and a Tesla video as well. I have an update coming up.
That's probably an interesting subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let Josh have all the fun with EVs and radios, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Tesla's the one that came out and said, we're not going to put AM radios in the cars anymore.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, no, I got something cool coming up, and I think people will like it. But that'll have to wait until after I get back from Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it'll be great. And of course, I have the podcast and radio show going. We have a new time slot on WRMI now, Thursday nights. So that's when the radio show comes on. But I publish it to my YouTube channel and podcast. So
awesome.
Cool. Good. Sounds great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Freddie, what's coming up for you, man?
Well, I got the series of all-star videos that Frank needs to watch, apparently. Coming up July 1st. They're going to start dropping July 1st. I've already got 3 of them staged, but I don't know if you all know this or not, but I've been in law enforcement for like 33 years, and I'm retiring in 14 days. And we're going to hopefully live stream. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We're hopefully going to live stream my last call. There's a last call that they do for retirees. And we make our last call on the radio at the end of our last shift, and it's kind of a big deal. And it's something I didn't really plan on doing, but I was informed today by my boss that it was going to happen. So with any luck, maybe I'll get to live stream it. At the very least, it will be recorded and it'll go out on the channel too. And we'll get that out there. It's just something to kind of kick off the channel more or less, because, I've been going for a little while now, just trying to get things built up, because this is my side gig, it's going to be my retirement supplement. So
good.
But I'm having a lot of fun with it now. And I just, I tell you what, I find myself thinking more about producing for the channel than I do at work. So retirement's not going to get here quick enough.
I hear that.
So we got a lot coming up.
I hear that. Good. Look forward to it. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody in the chat. Thanks those people who joined Zoom and left already. Appreciate you guys being here. Happy hour is always fun. I love these nights that we do this. Kyle and I will have to figure out what to do what night to have this same setup next month. I'm kind of open next month, so got a few couple of options to use for next month.
Things since things are starting to settle down. Geez, that's a lot of S's. I'm toying with the idea of bringing back my Friday night game nights. That'd be fun.
That's cool.
Maybe run that before.
That's still on the calendar, so I'd
That's not. Yeah. It's on the calendar, but it's not happening right now.
Okay, I didn't know if you're still doing it or not. But...
I want to bring it back, but I need to figure out a good way to bring it back.
I was thinking about my 9-hour Friday night.
You need a really good game. You need a really good game that will bring people in. To be honest, they can have like a reoccurring like a live D&D session.
Oh, D&D, Jesus, D&D and ham radio.
How about a 9-hour D&D session with Mike?
With Mike drinking beer.
Mike playing Mike has to play the bard. Mike has to play the bard. I don't care.
Play the bard.
I am so glad I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? I got to roll a D9 again?
Can I just bring out the guitar? I got.
Well, I mean, standard equipment says loot, but could we electrify this thing? Could I have a 600 amp hour battery that I tow behind me to electrify my loot? Then yes, I will be the bard. That's right.
Hold on, it's during the daylight. Let's pull out the solar cell. We got to charge our batteries.
That's right. We got to take the wizard can get his spells back. Calm down. We're gonna rest and get the wizard his spells back, and I'm gonna charge my battery. That's right.
I think we lost like 60%.
No one knows what we're talking about. No one knows. No one knows.
I know a little bit about what you're talking about. I'm following kind of part of it, but yeah, okay.
I have an awesome dice pack downstairs. It's amazing.
A bunch of freaking losers.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
I just went to fan
hard loser. I'll roll hard into that every time.
Well, we're gonna shut this down now, and I thank everyone once again for being here. This is always fun. I really love doing this. So yeah, look for us on Field Day. Look for all the stations on Field Day. Put us into your ham alert, and I will hopefully be able to work you on Field Day. And go out there and have a good time, because that's what Field Day is all about. So, everybody, wave goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.